when it comes to reading the Bible. The first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
All right, everybody. How is everybody doing out there today? Yes, indeed. I am finally here. Sorry for my tardiness. The internet had there was some technical difficulties with the internet, and also we are working on a new setup little by little. So we had a lot of little technical difficulties, that we're working on. So, but yet and still, we changing things up a bit. You know what I mean? And so get ready. So once again, I'm here tonight on G.O.C.C. Media. First off, before we start, can everyone hear me? If you can hear me, say Con. I just want to make sure you can hear me. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me. I know y'all ready. I know you guys are ready. I was supposed to be coming on at 5, but can you hear me? Okay, great. So tonight we're going to be talking about. We will be opening up the lines. We're going to be talking about. I didn't want to go into too many scriptures because I know I can go into a lot of scriptures. But I do want to hear the feedback from the people. So because that's what it's about at the end of the day. That's how sometimes we do get understanding as well. Right. So first off, before I go through, being that this is a topic tonight, I'm going to go ahead and play a song, if it be the Most High's will, fair use for educational purposes only. Okay, let me go ahead and play this song because it goes with the broadcast. And it's called Vision. It is a little mixtape track that Lion and King did with Brother Shaddai a while back. And it really is talking about the vision that the Most High gave Adam and all of his creation, the image of God that woman and the rest of the world will follow through the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and how, we're the hidden ones and how everyone pretty much shuns us and look down on us. But at the end of the day, these are the people the men who the Most High actually is going to lead the earth with and that He speaks to. There's nothing done in the earth that is going to be done that He does not show His people first, which is why the Gentiles, the women who are also being deceived against their own men and their own leaders, regardless of all of our imperfections, nothing will go forth unless the Most High actually tells it to us. Nothing new under the sun. He did it to the old prophets and the old teachers. So I'm going to go ahead and be the Most High's will, play this track really quick, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. Okay? Fair use for educational purposes only. I got that vision, babe. Now, before we go forth with the song, it's talking about how sometimes your own sisters, like Christ, even Christ, sometimes his mom, his family, his people, these women, they don't want to listen to, they look down on us, but they'll listen to the white man. They'll listen to everyone else. And so that's what this song is about, that we got the vision that the Most High gave us. So you either gonna follow it or you're not.
I got that vision, baby. Got that vision, got that vision. Yeah, I can see it if you see it like I see it, then you wouldn't be tripping. Let me lead you right on it. Wanna play my position, my position. When I speak, you might just think that I be tripping, Cause I got that vision, got that vision, got that vision, I got that vision. Hey, I can see it if you see it like I see it, then you wouldn't be tripping. I got that vision, baby. Let me lead you right on it. Wanna play my position, my position. When I speak, you might just think that I be tripping, Cause I got that vision, got that vision, baby.
Why we splitting? If you see it like I see it, then it wouldn't be no division. I need you to listen and help me to build a foundation for our little nation and children. I make the decisions, don't get it twisted. I'm not gonna back for my given position. It's in Corinthians, don't deal with derision. Baby girl, let's go get it. What's the incentive? Everlasting life. You laughing right, don't need you be stabbing my back with a knife. Girl, is you ready for sacrifice? Cause that's the price. We be building our business and teaching our children. It's a blessing we got what we getting, but it's time to go seek independence. Time running out, you see, unfolding prophecy. What if some do not believe? That ain't stopping me, yeah. I got the vision of a microscope, got the spirit of the Christ to glow. White linen kinda like the snow, kill a wicked in the night for show. And I'm here to reunite the pole, but look, when I start talking, they just wanna argue. They live in the darkness, living in coffins, super retarded. School of fishes for sharks, two pigeons for hawks. I fix and I solve. My vision is flawless, precision, I'm hitting my target. Righteous are sinning, the wicked is falling. I got that vision, got that vision. Yeah, I can see it if you see it like I see it, then you wouldn't be tripping, Let me lead you right on it. Wanna play my position, When I speak, you might just think that I be tripping, Cause I got that vision, got that vision, got that vision, I got that vision. Yeah, I can see it if you see it like I see it, then you wouldn't be tripping. I got that vision, baby. Let me lead you right on it. Wanna play my position, When I speak, you might just think that I be tripping, Cause I got that vision, baby.
Elder Rawchaa, Deacon Malak, gotta lead the household, you know we got that vision. Yes, look, Shadayawa, look, see you gotta visualize what I see through my eyes, and don't try to minimize my position that signify your condition to live a life full of love and peace. I got what you need to succeed, just take heed and hearken to me. I got the keys, I set you free. Just trust and believe I lead and I won't mistreat you, girl. Like water in the desert, I need you, girl, to follow. With sorrow, he built this to last and we grow for tomorrow. Get better with every step, I never settle. Just trust that I got you. Through it all, I ain't playing about you. See the vision, I let go of sinning. With you, I'm a winner. No losing, confusion, misusing, intended.
But you know that I feel strong every year, and we keep fighting and holding on. We still here
and getting blessed. A daughter, a father, a mother. How you gonna make sure we set to pass every test? He ordered my steps. I pray that you hearken when I'm trying to set our family yet. You start to regret and feeling upset and don't wanna listen and become a threat, but that ain't gonna happen. We praying and fasting. You know I'm the captain. We moving the boat. We staying afloat. We living with faith. That's how we approach. And steady and vote. We evenly yoked. Not doing the most because you got sight and you know
got
what.
That vision, got that vision. Yeah, I can see it if you see it like I see it, then you wouldn't be tripping, Let me lead you right on it. Wanna play my position, When I speak, you might just think that I be tripping, Cause I got that vision, got that vision, got that vision, I got that vision. Yeah, I can see it if you see it like I see it, then you wouldn't be tripping. I got that vision, baby. Let me lead you right on it. Wanna play my position, When I speak, you might just think that I be tripping, Cause I got that vision, baby. Got that vision, Yeah, I can see it if you see it like I see it, then you wouldn't be tripping, Let me lead you right on it. Wanna play my position, When I speak, you might just think that I be tripping, Cause I got that vision, got that vision.
All right. All right. All right. All right. So we are getting ready to go in. Yes, indeed. You were created for him. All right. You were created for him. Make sure you guys, if you're a new one here, that you stop by historytimes.org and join our Hebrew and Bible Academy. As you see flashing here on the screen, this is the new, you understand, the new theme, okay? And these are all of the lessons that are going to be coming along with it, all right? So make sure you stop by historytimes.org and check that out, okay? So, but without further ado, we're going to get ready to go ahead and go in. I'm going to get my notes out here really quick, okay? So I can, you understand, be guided along here. So, if it be the Most High's will, we're going to bring some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for this lesson tonight called You Were Created for Him. And I know a lot of people are thinking like, man, how long should we talk about, the women? Actually, no, this is not just talking about belittling our women or downing our women. Listen, we want to, before this thing totally falls, to educate our nation on how to actually have a successful family. And believe it or not, that lesson is also on a deeper level in the Hebrew and Bible Academy as well. So you can get further information and education on it in our Hebrew and Bible Academy. And let me tell you, we see some copycats out there. We see Amalek trying to copycat our Hebrew and Bible Academy. Elder Rawchaa sent me something like that. I said, boy, these people can't wait to try to copycat us, talking about the real definition of I love Jacob and I hate Esau is, just love him a little bit less. And I'm like, what? And then they just transition that thing into, and you can take our, pretty much join our school and try to set that thing up like ours. And I said, boy, Amalek can't wait to throw some salt in your game, boy, I tell you. But listen, no one can do it like Jacob, because Jacob is the former of all things. Okay? So, ain't that something? But anyway, so while trying to come out of some curses, some of our leftover ways were getting into the ways of our goals of family. You know what I mean? And as we come back to the knowledge of who we are, it seems that, after we hit that water, some of these things we are still battling with. Not intentional, but these are some things modern day that we were taught after slavery, and we feel like, hey, this is the way I'm doing it. This is the way grandma taught me. This is the way my mom taught me. This is the way my auntie taught me. This is how Big Mama taught me. And it seems as if the success rate is at an all-time low. We get together. Yeah, this is my new man I met, and man, he's a good one. Yeah, he got this job, and he, you know what I mean. And girl, let me tell you something. He fine. He might be able to, all of these things. Matter of fact, if you have children, it's not getting X-rated, but this is an adult conversation. So if I would tell the children to get out, because just in case we talk about some things that not just going to get personal, but just to relate as adults to understand a few things, right? So I just wanted to put that out there, that not a warning, but disclaimer out there. Okay? Because children are supposed to hear things for children, and adults are supposed to hear things for adults. Okay? We do care about the children out there, right? So yeah, let's get back to it. So women, through their ignorance, may be getting in the way of their own protector and their own blessing. We will read some of it from the scriptures, but we also will open the lines to see, have you went through this? Do you feel like that you have gotten in the way? And guess what? Some people even in the truth. If you've gotten in the way of your own blessings, you could still be married. You could say, you know what? I feel like I'm still getting in the way according to what I've learned from the past, in the way of my relationship furthering, the blessings of the Most High furthering. Because don't forget, the scripture says that that your prayers be not hindered. That your prayers be not hindered. Meaning, if husband and wife are having issues, that they should, fix these issues, that their prayers be not hindered. See? And if your prayers are hindered, that means that there's going to be some blessings blocked. That means that he's like, hey, before you bring that gift to the altar to me, just for an example how it used to be in the past, fix that situation in your household. Ezra talks about it. Getting the house in order, especially in these times. These are the times that we are in right now. Okay? Yes, indeed. So I'm not saying it's for anybody's intentions. So, Gloria Steinem, Elder brought her out not too long ago. And you don't want to be like this. I'm going to tell you something. Let me go to this link here. Let me see if I can get this link really quick. This woman who played a big part in this old feminist movement. Okay, feminist movement. Let me see if I can get that for you. You guys know the picture of this lady here. Fair use for educational purposes only, right? So, let me take that off of there really quick. 1 second. Yeah, you guys remember her, right? I want to give you, Elder just brought her out not too long ago when he was talking about a topic not too long ago. Check it out. As soon as you Google this, I don't know if I spelled her name right, but in 2000, check this out. You don't want to be like this. At age 66, there goes that devil's number, huh? At age 66, the long single, all the single ladies, huh? The long single Steinem married for the first time in a Cherokee ceremony. I don't know what that had to do with anything, the Cherokee ceremony, because she is sure from the land of Edom. Okay, but anyway, in Oklahoma, her husband, entrepreneur and activist David Bell, sadly died in lymphoma 4 years later. Now, I mean, obviously, we don't wish harm to anybody, but what I'm saying is, you would have thought pushing all of that you could find some love, right? Let me tell you. There's no love. There's no love. So it's kind of crazy how they'll push these narratives, and then they on the backside, they really still want love. See? I thought you wanted to be single forever. You know what? I'm gonna settle down and get married at the age of 66, and the Most High is like, no. And the Most High took her husband. You know what I mean? So you push this stuff on our people, and why am I even talking about this? Because you don't want to be like this, especially if you are in the age of marriage or still can get married. You don't want to be listening to these false narratives, these this psychological warfare, manipulation, brainwashing that they're putting out there through the media, through Hollywood, through television, through you understand, music. You understand, to brainwash our sisters. To brainwash our sisters. And we keep talking about it. Listen, we are in the time of war. The last thing you want to do is to be talking about all the single ladies. They wanted you, don't forget, they wanted you to be single so that when they bring these immigrants in here, they bring these robots. Let me tell you, they killed 30 birds with one stone. And you'll be dealing with robots. And you'll be dealing with immigrants where you can't actually produce your own fruit. Meaning what? Back in the days, the tribes would have to stay with the tribes. You have to marry among your own. So if a Judite had a Judite woman, he's going to make a Judite baby. But if they're promoting this thing about the feminist movement, or us not marrying our own, right? Us getting in the way of our own blessings, supporting our own downfall and demise, like we just talked about not too long ago, supporting our own replacements. They'll send these other men over here, just like it happens in war. And they would take, captive the other nationalities of women and make them servants. Or sometimes they would make them wives. So you got immigrants coming over here, and you get tired after a while. Every woman gets tired after a while, and she gets tired of playing those both roles and wants to eventually have a man. Well, guess what the men that's coming over here are? They're your enemies. You have babies for your enemies, and you cannot reproduce where you actually come from. So when they get these little chat talks on YouTube, you understand, and all these interviews and things like that they're trying to promote through the youth, guess what? That's the way it is now, but long term, none of us are thinking about how this affects our nationalities as a whole. See? And whoever is married to whoever now and how it happened before Christ, so be it. We're not talking about that. We have to teach our nation going forward and the people who may still have a chance what this looks like. Okay? And we're going to go into Genesis chapter 2 just really quick. I'm not going to go into too many scriptures tonight, but I want to bring something out really quick. I'm going to drive something home just really quick. Let me go to Genesis. Genesis chapter 2. Chapter 2 really quick. We're going to talk about exactly. We want that KJV now. We need that KJV. It's coming, guys. Give me one moment. There we go. All right, there y'all go. I don't know why they showing me both versions, but let me see where I want to start here. I want y'all to pay attention to see. There we go. We're going to go to verse 18. There we go. Verse 18. So, let's go to Genesis chapter 2 and 18. Okay. It says, and the Lord God said, it is not. I want you to really pay attention to these key words. And the specifics you understand of what the Most High is saying here. That way, as a woman, you can understand your purpose. It's very important because I don't think our sisters, through all of the confusion that goes on in the world, the television, the media, and the music, I think they have forgotten their purpose and why they were actually created. Okay? We're going to talk about all the little sayings that they have given you. The image that they have given you to where you have accepted it to where now anyone brings it up, it's an argument about it. You attack. Okay? No different than a demon would if he's not trying to come out. No different than a parasite. When you take things to rid parasites, they let off gases as they're dying off and they try to hide and go into other places because they don't really want to come out. No different than they'll say like, oh, cancer, they cut it out here and then it went there. This is parasites. See? And this is the same type of spirit that they have given the women. Okay, so check it out. So once again, we as we go forth tonight, I want you to keep in mind, usually when we're talking about an important topic or subject, not all men do this, not all women. Well, right now, tonight, we're not talking about the righteous woman who gets this. Obviously, we're not talking about an irresponsible man at all. So let me put that, you understand, disclaimer out. We are not talking about tonight an irresponsible man. We're talking about a righteous man according to the scriptures. And in modern day, he's going to be in captivity and not have all of the tools that we had before. The diet, you know what I mean? His stress levels are different. Everything, he's not equipped with what the righteous men had in the past. So you got to give him a little break here. We're giving you a break too, but the problem is they're using you. The reason why I'm bringing this out for my sisters is because you are usually the one left with nothing. That's why I'm saying this. You are usually the one that's hurt, have the babies, you need protection. You have to depend on a lot of government assistance to survive. You act like you don't need a man, but you still need a man to be you. And then at the end of the day, you got your kids from different men, and you get married again. It don't work out, and if you have to raise your children, they still have to get married, and you're still lonely. That's why I'm bringing this out. I don't want you to be in that position. And there's a few things that can help you with, if you don't think like Eve did, going about your own counsel. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it because it's a blame. You can't blame us or the women entirely. That was our forefathers' sins. It was the sins of Adam. And hey, we just trying to do the best we can with what we have. But I can tell you something. We love our sisters this much because the Bible says the truth will set you free. You are going to be left lonely, and there's more women to men, and you'll be sitting back jealous, getting the spirit of murder because this guy don't want to deal with you because you didn't want to listen to the counsel of what we're talking about tonight, because he has that choice to do it. So that's why we're doing it. Spiritual maturity, right? To help. So, and verse 18 says, and the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone. Why is he saying this? Adam must have been working pretty hard. Adam must have after a while, needed a little assistance as he's working in the garden. See? Like, you know what? Like any man when he sees his son or a man that's working under him, if he's working hard, the nature of the image of the Most High says, you know what? I want to give this brother a promotion. I want to bless this brother. This brother is working hard, doing things that he's going over and beyond of what I told him to do. I don't think it's good for him to just stay in this state. I want to, exalt him a little bit more. But the Most High did one of the best exaltations ever, because not only did he bring him a companion, this companion was able to do what? Produce more images like the Most High. But we're going to read it. It is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a help meet for him. Again, these are key words. I will make him a help meet for him. I'm not making him a queen that he should worship. I'm not making him somebody he need to be ready for, and meaning like what, like she's not gonna be Kali, Queen Bee. She's not being made so he can follow her and chase her around. None of that. Listen, she's not being made so she can come out. As soon as she comes out, what can you do for me? See, what you got going on? I got a lot going on because you came from me. You got your name from me. From man, woman. Okay? I got a lot going on. And my God thought that I had a lot with you. Okay? So I don't know how it changed from you coming from me to me trying to chase you down, and now you over me, and I gotta do it the way you say it and all that. Oh no. That is not why women were made. Women don't even understand a lot of times why they are made. Because through our fall, we forgot this part. And so we're going to talk about it tonight. Okay? And we're not going to go deep. We're just going to show how, let's get back on that purpose. Let's get back on that purpose. We're going to save ourselves and our whole nation. Well, when I say whole, I'm talking about those who are counted in that number. Right? So, verse 19, and out of the ground the Lord formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air and brought them unto Adam. He didn't bring them to Eve. Adam was in control of everything. He was the manager. He was the conqueror. He was the ruler of the earth under the Most High in Christ. Just telling you. He didn't need Eve to say, nuh-uh. See, I don't want to name it the cow or the bull. I want to name it this. See, you just want to do everything, the way you want to do it. Of course, that's what God told me I can do. Now, if I need your help, if I can't think about something or it's something I'm just not getting, hey, baby, what you think about this? But until I need that, it's all good. And it don't even have to be that way, but I'm just saying for the women who be thinking like that with the attitude and all that. Some women be like, baby, you got it. If you need my help, I'm here, honey. That, you know what I mean? What's up? Why can't it be like that? Okay, let's go. And brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And it was according to the will of the Most High. If you read in the book of Adam and Eve with the conflict of Satan, that those thoughts specifically came from the Most High, of what the Most High actually wanted to name them through Adam, according to the Most High's will. And Adam gave names to all cattle and to the fowl of the air and to every beast of the field. But for Adam, there was not found an helpmeet for him. Okay? So you're like, hold up, the animals got helpmeets, but they're being fruitful and multiply. I have to have my image be fruitful and multiply. And the Lord caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs through surgery with the angels, obviously. Okay? Which the Most High had taken from man. Here goes the name of woman right here. Taken from man. Not, hey, I'm here, it's just me. You know, whatever you can, these modern day, terms are, that women say today. Oh no, don't forget where you come from. You come from man. Okay? Which the Lord God had taken from man, made he a woman. Meaning from his womb, from man. And it's going to explain it. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones. So when you have these Egyptology gist and things like that, we got to worship the black woman as God and all of this garbage. How about you understand what Genesis 22 was talking about, brother? Because it seemed like the woman actually came from man. You know what I mean? And you got to be careful for some of these cats like Busta Rhymes. They be talking about the black woman as God, but in a VIP section, allegedly, all they want is the same man we talking about right now. So which one is it, brother? You want the oil down or you want the sister? See? I'm just saying. You have to make up your mind, because according to scriptures, what we see here, it looks like man is the one who got it all together. See? I'm just saying. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She, just like how he's named the animals and everything else, now he's naming the woman. Don't forget where you come from. And how you got here. It's too much talk about nothing. You know what? We ain't getting along. Don't forget where you come from. That's the main thing that our sisters who don't understand this part, we got a lot who do. But the sisters who don't understand this, for some reason, I just can't submit. I don't know why you can't submit, but maybe you need to reread this here. Maybe this will help you. That you act like you Eve and he's Adam, because really you are. Just clones of that from all the way down. And just remember this specific scripture and where you came from. All right? So, and Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. This is what Adam is saying. There's no talk back going on right now. There's just Adam saying what he's saying with something that belongs and came from him. And the Most High saw that it was good because he's the one who did it. Okay? She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. Obviously, after that being fruitful and multiply, babies would rest inside of the womb of women. She's able to share the same thing that Adam did with her. The Most High pulled the Holy Spirit from him. See, in Christ. Now she is, in heaven, the same thing is going to happen on earth. The same thing that happened from Adam. But men have to come from women, of course, because the Most High did it that way. But let's see how it happened first. How Adam was an example of the Creator. Oh, the same way that how the Holy Spirit, okay, when you read books like Ecclesiasticus, Wisdom of Solomon, see how she was pulled from the Most High. It's just how Eve was pulled from Adam. And now you ain't doing no different than what Adam did. It's just in a feminine way of how the Most High would have it. The belly is like the earth, and like the soil, you put a seed in the soil, it pops up and it grows and springs out. See? Oh yeah, everything is in order. So all this argument about, men wouldn't even be able to be here if it wasn't for women. What are you talking about? That's just not true. You wouldn't be able to be here if it wasn't for man. The way you can have something in your womb, you had to receive it. You had to come out and to receive it. So now we got to bring all the humility back for the woman who claims that she wants to be saved. Now, all of my beautiful, virtuous sisters, they already understand this. They on the lesson right now with their hands behind their husband, and they just looking like, I just wish she would get it. And they can't chill with these type of women because they understand that these women, these type of women will bring their house down, and the husband don't want them around them either. So we putting this out as charity for those women who just don't get this. And they may come across this because God gives grace to the humble, but he resists the proud. Pride comes before the fall, and man was not made with pride. See? Let's go. See, so we're trying to bring restoration back for Israel and family, knowing that no one was perfect. Men and women made mistakes. But we also, we're running out of grace, and the man is stepping back into his place, taking, not bargaining with anything. Don't forget, there's more women to men. And this is not boasting. This is not doing anything. The truth has to be spoken. It's just what it is let me tell you, to break out all of these burdens, tear down all of these burdens that our people are dealing with. The truth just must be spoken. Has to be. And it's going to hurt. But those who can make it through the pain and the hurt, those are who are eventually going to become perfect. So, therefore, am I bringing this lesson out to say that man is better than woman? No, that's not why I'm bringing it out. If that's all you heard, then you don't understand what's coming out. I'm bringing it back to your purpose. Man did not make himself. God made him. So man can't think he's anything either. See? So when you hear Negroes talking about self-made, that's when they get into the same spirit as the woman. Nobody's self-made. You may have worked hard and felt like you didn't need help because you went through backstabbers and things like that, but you're not actually self-made. So, anyway, therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his own wife. So, men, my men out there, that's why we can't be mama's boys. You have to eventually, after the grace that was given, your parents raised you up and reared you up, the scriptures is telling you, you have to start this process of what Adam did over. Now the woman is not going to come from you because they already were fruitful and multiplied. But it's just really the same thing going on. We continue to reclone and reprint the same thing that the Most High did from the beginning with Adam and Eve. You go out, you work hard like Adam did first. You become a man. You learn what you need to learn because we all was knuckleheads. We all made mistakes, whatever. And you come of age and you're like, you know what? I'm doing this, but if I had a little help, I would be a little better. Had somebody rub my back at night, I need to be a little better. Had somebody to wash my clothes, cook my food, I can do it a little better. Had somebody to work with me in this captivity, we'd be able to build our little empire and just continue to, just get better as generations continue to unfold. See? All right. So therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife. This is the purpose. Okay? And we in our church we would not have it any other way when it comes to marriage. That men have to do like Adam and make some of himself, to where the Most High says, you know what? It's not good for this man to be alone anymore. He needs a helpmeet. Now, for a Negro who ain't working hard, it's the opposite. The Most High is like, it's good for this Negro to be alone because he is slothful. It's just the opposite. Because you don't get nobody just because, oh man, she's bad, she's fine. That's not where you get somebody. You're going to get you a fine young thing if you do what you need to do. And the Most High is going to say, hey, same thing he told Adam. It's not good for you to be alone. You can get what your heart desires, according to the scriptures. Not a harlot, but someone who's going to be a helpmeet according to the way that you maneuver, the way that you live, the way your style, the way your character is. Okay? So, I want to bring a few key points here in my notes and let some of these things be understood to sisters before we open up the lines. That, you know, women forget a few things, that they were perfectly made to be for man. Understand something when you're talking to these studs, when you're talking to these wannabe transformation type of women, men, or whatever you want to call them, transgender, whatever their choice is that they want to be. I want you to understand that this is just a ball of confusion in this world, because when you go to, I would love to see a stud walk into a gym full of men who are lifting, let's say let's just bring it down to 130 pounds, 135 pounds. See, on average, most women who are in the gym, their genetics, even lifting small weight, still give them their shape. This is a fact. They don't have to lift the same weights that men have to lift to get a certain shape. Men can lift the same type of weights that women lift, and for some reason, they don't get they don't get to their fullness. Which shows you how the Most High made it. Like, a man has to prove that he's among men. That don't mean he have to lift 500 pounds, but I'm saying a man has to actually do the basic average things to be considered to get respect among men. But you have these studs, they will really never get close to that. So it's just an act. When it comes to war, they won't be able to fight wars. You notice how let me tell you, they study real men, but they will never be real men, guys. And if we continue to fall for this stealing of the rainbow agenda, we will not be able to be fruitful and multiply. See? So when a woman is not understanding this, you're really falling into the spirit of a stud. If you are speaking to your man a certain way, and you let me tell you, all these things that we're going to talk about right now, that means you've forgotten your purpose. Or maybe you never knew it. Maybe you never knew it. Check it out. A few key points are: understand how the Most High made a woman to receive. What do I mean, receive? Just like the earth. When you want to plant a seed, you have to open up the earth for the earth to actually receive it, to receive the seed. Let me tell you, the perfection of the Most High. The men don't receive anything. And we're not talking about some the rainbow agenda of what, Puffy and all of these celebrities, all jokes aside, are dealing with. You're not supposed to receive anything. There's some things where they are called exhaust of the body, that you exhaust yourself, you relieve yourself of mucus, of snot, of earwax, of fecal matter. Those holes are specifically made for exhaust of the body, to exhaust things. But by the nature, when it comes to being fruitful and multiplying, who actually receives? That's why even in the rainbow world, even though they're like, both of these gentlemen are rainbow, but why do they always want to know who is receiving on the other end? Because for some reason in their mind, there's this guy who portrays himself to be so manly, and they want to know, is he receiving or is he giving? Because it goes back into a person's mind of the nature of how the Most High actually made women and men. So you have to remind yourself, my sister, when you're speaking to your husband, if you're arguing, or if your voice is getting a little manly, you were made perfectly for him to receive. The more you receive, the more that thing is, hey, more you're worn out. Let's just put it like that. Men, it's like a hammer. He's not really getting worn out. Now, from the soul, he is. Both people from the soul. But I'm showing you how the Most High in origin made a woman to be delicate in her perfection. So her arguing all of this stuff, listen, you were not made hard and rough to be able to take pain and to be able to take spiritual stress. Men just hold it together. That's how they're made. It's not they're not special. That's just how the Most High made his creation, and we must accept it. And he told the women, you shall deal with sorrow after that sin. You can't deal with stress. You can't just tell your woman every little thing, because she gonna act like she can deal with it, but she really can't deal with too much. See? Now can now through captivity have the black woman have been able to survive? That's a a defense mechanism that was grown through through all of the things that our forefathers been through. So we're not talking about that. Our people are strong just in general. See, because they have to be. But we're talking about the basic nature. Outside of receiving, okay? When these women want to claim how manly they are. Why'd you have to change? Hey, why did you have to change the shipping factory where you get packages and turn it into just shipments? Let's say it like that. Why did you have to turn it into you had to change that. You had to go out your way to actually change the creation and alter the creation of the Most High. Proving you that, once again, you were created for man. When you have to alter anything, it becomes satanic. Anything the opposite of the Lord is satanic. It's just what it is. Okay? Feminine and masculine. Women carry. This is another point. Women carry. The only time men is going to carry is when the child gets old enough that he can carry him on his back, on his arms. Men is carrying bodies in the army. They carrying weight. They carrying burdens. I mean, they can carry their women, but they carry them physically. But we're talking about you carry them in the womb. The Most High made you specifically just like the earth. Like who they call Mother Earth? Yeah. So let me tell you, you can't really even go. You can't deny what's coming out tonight. So you have to. I'm saying these things so you can humble yourself when you're getting too far. Western world taught you to be, all the way back from ancient Babylon to Rome to the Egyptians to all of these nations. Right? You carry the man's seed. Okay? Women are humbled by men. Why does the Bible always say, and she was humbled? When he caught her in the field and he humbles her. Men are not humbled. Right? So you have to remember, why you got these studs making you believe they can go head to head with men? Not at all. It's different from, let me tell you, put that pistol down and see, they had this one UFC thing Rawchaa showed me where it was one white guy, one huge white guy, and I think he was fighting like 4 to 6 chicks. I don't know why they did this crazy madness. But boy, you can see the stress levels. The man had no stress. In his mind, he's like, I'm going to show them what it is. You'll have that 1 or 2 chicks who are dykes or whatever acting like, man, we finna show him. Once he humbled one, boom, humbled the next, automatically the other ones in their mind realize it's no way we're going to be able to take this guy. Now, men, if they're fighting, men is going to fight to the death. That's how men are. See, I'm talking about in nature. Not that some women wouldn't go down, but that's really not a woman. It's not in the nature of a woman. Okay? So you're humbled, my man, on many levels. Don't forget, everything in the world is made by men. It's assisted straight, just like in the Garden of Eden, it's assisted and helped through women. It's assisted and helped. The freeway, The traffic light got to be put up by somebody. Not that women can't create with the mind. No, we're talking about labor activities. Okay? The bed you sleep in at night, the shoes you got. Let me tell you, everything. Let's just say everything. It's only going to be, if you can find a few points that someone would try to argue, it would be so minute, it's just a waste of time. Okay? Why are we talking about this again as a reminder for some people who start to let the devil get inside of their mind? So you can just continue to help him and depend on your man and realize that you're being played by these feminists who, as you see right now with Kamala Harris, they're just worshiping the same goddesses of ancient Babylon, trying to take you away from your family when they have their family. See? Men are humbled by God, but women are humbled by man. Men get through the Most High God through Christ, but women get through God across the whole earth through a man. That's the order. It cannot be changed. It can be altered satanically, but it cannot be changed. Men all throughout history fought and fight wars. Yeah, modern day they allow women to fight wars now. Because guess what? They would eventually turn the world into, and use the rainbow agenda. See? But in history, if it wasn't one or two women every now and then who was just cold with the arrow, they wouldn't really be no women in war like that. Men fight wars and are born with brute strength, as you know. Women were made to comfort, help, assist, and obviously through default, both balance each other out. So women, from everything we just read, were really, it was like Adam started working hard and the woman was really like a treat for him. He was like, you know what, this guy's working hard, stressing, he's just coming home every night lonely, and the animals is like, hold up, this guy needs a helpmeet, and obviously, because the Most High is perfect, he's gonna have him a little treat as well. So you got these conversations about, you got these stupid, immature conversations about a man's, his fruitful situation, size, and all that. What he makes babies with. Once again, we always talk about this. You would never know about another man's size because you would only be with one man. Unless your husband died and you got with another man. Only spiritually immature women would talk about such childish things. There's going to be men 7 feet. By default, do you think a 3-foot man is going and you make the 3-foot man feel bad? Conversate stupid conversations. It was made to be fruitful and multiply. It was not made to satisfy you and all that. Yeah, obviously, when people love each other, love is love all around. It's perfect. But it turned from what the Most High made it for into, you call your girlfriend on the phone, girl, I don't know if he satisfied me. Because guess what? You are just a harlot on the low. I'm not going to say the H-O word. You are really just a harlot, and you learn from other harlots. And when you start to hear the stories from some of these women and some of these families sleeping around with cousins, uncles, young men and all that, you realize why our nation is messed up. And I'm not blaming them either, because guess what? It all started from somewhere. But that is one of the most stupid. I mean, since I was in grade school, I'm like, this is what women conversate do that. The Bible said, lest thou be like Esau, the fornicator, who sold his birthright for a morsel of meat. You learn that from Esau. You learn that from the other nations. And black women are, around, hey, you're just being very childish. A man can be talking to you about something real, and then you try to, after you guys are broken up, you go to another woman or try to embarrass him in front of a man and claim, his size was this and that. Because really, you lost. Really, you lost at the end of the day. So the only thing you could tell this man what was wrong the whole time when you were with him. acting like you love them all of these years. So we gonna bring it out. See, the Most High made the man with something that can create babies. All the rest is extra, if you want to be quite frank about it. Obviously. So women keep thinking women will have the perfect life and quit their man, especially a lot of white women. A lot of white women will go to black men, have the perfect life that the white man have given them, and lose it all for fornication or adultery. I know it. Let me tell you, I've traveled the world and I got some crazy stories of these people, what they told me. And let me tell you, no honor. No honor. No honor at all. I mean, I would be performing and, they had these white girls with their husbands. They just leave them and just go, and they can't control them. And after a while, the white guy's like, just let her be. See? And now our women have become like this too. Learning from the other nations. When the Bible says in Jeremiah chapter 10, learn not the way of the heathen. And let me tell you, I can tell you right now, most of society's women is like this. Men, you should never feel less than for how God made you. You didn't ask to come out 5 foot, 10 foot. You came out how you are, and you need to appreciate how you came and that you're alive. See? Men don't go around talking about, oh, man, this and that. I mean, men really don't get into that because at the end of the day, we're going to know, we like women. So it's like sometimes women act like they don't like men, but really they just trying to do some comparison knowing that they lost. And they really still either love them or like them, but they're going to throw that out there. That's a low blow. It's a low blow. Okay? So, and y'all know about this. Y'all know how this goes. You know the woman can say that to you and then call you back a few years later and want to get back with you. Oh, I thought you were calling me eeny weeny. See? Immature. And I want to tell this part too. It wasn't a man's job to make a woman happy. That's not why man was born. I hear this thing thrown out there. Every man, a righteous man, wants to make his wife happy when she does what her purpose was from the beginning. That's by default. What man would like, whatever man is doing that, that's not the man we're talking about according to the Most High. So that's why I don't need sisters to say, not every man. Listen, we're not even, I said in the beginning, in the disclaimer, we're not even talking about those type of men. A righteous man with common sense is going to follow the law that was made from the beginning. Love thy neighbor as you love thyself. I'm not going to have some wife doing all of this for me and just be selfish. She's helping me, doing everything. Why would I not love her back? That means I don't deserve her. Now I don't deserve her. But I'm not going to meet some woman in the beginning already. She's talking about, oh, he don't deserve me. He got to treat me like a queen. He got to make me happy. We haven't even got to, point one yet. You got a whole list already. Of course, the man is going to, want to make you happy. But the way you're coming, he got to make me happy. It's already as if you are a God. So when you hear grandma telling you that your mama, girl, he got to make you happy. He got to have this and have that. The same thing she telling you, she haven't accomplished. Most of the women who's giving you advice haven't accomplished it. Look at the success rates of black marriages. They have not accomplished it. And I'm not beating them down either. But they have to stop telling our sisters, the things that are not true. Or if they haven't fully accomplished it. Now, if they're going to give you some wisdom, they don't have to have had a perfect life. Because through people's mistakes, they can tell you what not to do. So you can't, I'm not telling you not to listen to wisdom. We eat the meat and spit out the bones. But if your mama telling you like the Hispanics tell you in the Northern Kingdom, girl, you want to keep them, put something in the soup. It's the time of the month, put something in the soup. Oh no, you won't. You're gonna be in prison. You're gonna be in prison somewhere. See? Or hey, so I can't speak. I want to speak on here, but don't you play like that. You might play with the wrong man. They tell you to do all type of stuff. Make them mad. Put some perfume on, and act like you was with somebody else, and go buy you a condom and put it in the bag. And you know how to provoke these men, and it's totally wrong. See? Write a number on the phone and write a number in your phone with a name that you ain't even meet. Or write a little number on a piece of paper just to make them jealous. That's how you gonna keep them. Yeah, let me tell you guys, I done heard it all. And they put the poor brothers, our poor brothers have been through so much just trying to have them a little wife. And and obviously, like I said, we're talking about a certain type of men. And we're not talking about high-valued men and high-valued women. Listen, I don't really get into all that garbage. We're in captivity here. Everybody's doing the best that they can do with what they have. I'm not against what the brothers were saying. We all should try to be high value to the Most High. But we're talking about righteous men and women who obviously are going to try to make sure that they're doing the best and have more than enough to be able to live for them and their families. Okay? Everyone can't be a high value man according to this world. It's not that easy. Some people can have everything perfect in line and they still won't give this brother a job. Like the white man. So that shouldn't make them give up, but I'm just saying. So once again, it wasn't man's job to make women happy. Meaning, that's not why you were made. The Most High didn't say, I'm making her, and you got to make her happy. You got to do this. You got to do that. You know what I mean? You got to do all of these things. That was not in the Bible. Obviously, you have to love her as you love yourself, as according to scriptures. But this thing out there, he got to make you happy. What are you talking about? You got food, you got shelter, and you got raiment. If you're doing your job, you don't think he's going to try to make you happy? But you've been watching too many perfect guy movies. Huh? And a lot of, you know what I noticed? A lot of these people who are trying to be like Kevin Samuels, even women now, they were really doing it because they were trying to get a man. They didn't tell you that part, did they? I seen this girl. Who's this little girl? She's a pretty lady. She got little hazel eyes. She's like a Benjamite woman. She ended up getting with the one of the basketball players. She was always on there, showing a little chest, trying to wear her little short clothes. And she be saying some things that Kevin Samuels used to say. But I used to always comment, I'm like, where's your man? Kevin Samuels, where's your woman? I need y'all to be the whole example. At least the woman on the Pop the Balloon show, it's a husband and wife on that thing. And she's dressing, up to par, not like the people who's on her show. At least she has a husband. And it was another little pretty yellow girl. And me and my wife were looking at her the other day. We just scrolled through and saw her. And, we were like, she's like, yeah, this is the type of man that I'm trying to get. And I'm like, trying to get? So you mean to tell me all the posts you make every day, you don't have a man? Hey, what that just sounds like total hypocrisy and confusion to me. You telling all of these women everything what to do because you learned it from your last relationship. But really on the low, you're humbled. But you're saying it as if you're already doing it. No, you need a man. She literally said, yeah, that's the type of man I want. I'm like, sister, you look like you're in your early mid-40s. I'm sorry to tell you. And, great advice. You're giving some great advice. But you telling me with all this advice, you don't have a man? That just sounds crazy to me. This is the confusion we dealing with. So that means everything you're saying might not be true because it's a lot of men out here. And you couldn't seem to find one, huh? Lord have mercy. There's a few things we have to consider. Okay? Are you fulfilling your purpose as a woman? Huh? Not letting these modern day sentiments rest on us. Okay? Let me go to this one video before I continue here. Go to this one video. Give you an example of some madness that our sisters are dealing with. And they just don't know. They just falling into a trap. And the time, fair use for educational purposes only. The time is almost over. It's almost over. One moment.
Type was always exotic.
My wife is beautiful.
Because every black man I've dated, their type was always exotic.
My wife is beautiful.
No, can we actually talk about?
And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I've said that before, that I wanted an exotic woman. There's nothing wrong with a man and what he wants. Don't you know? But exotic can mean whatever. You know why a man was starting to say, I want something exotic? Because hey, we fell for some things too. But the thing is, when you start to see our women, and women see men like this, not taking care of themselves, and men really didn't want the weave. We was like, hold up. If we just seen sisters out there with the afros like they was wearing, let me tell you, and they natural hair and doing too much of these other little add-on things, it's like, hey, you kind of pushing a man away. I mean, you look good, but at the end of the day, when a man wants to marry, he like, hold up. One, he don't want you to dress like that no more when you get home with him. And he's gonna be like, I don't really want you to wear all that. It's gonna be an argument. See? So men start to say after a while, listen, I want something a little exotic. I mean, and that's I'm not gonna say that's not a part of the curses, but we really didn't want the stigma, because we was led wrong too, that they try to put out on the media of our sisters. They try to put the thing of, oh, the sisters are bald head, but our sisters fell for the perms and they fell for all these other things too. So men, you can't be mad at a men for not wanting a sister for how we saw them looking with the afros and just the natural. When they started to promote these other things, we started to see a lot of that. And naturally a man, he's not going to want to marry that. You can't be mad at him for that. He's going to want a woman who's in shape. He's going to want a woman who's nice, sweet, and, with some real stuff. Because as you see now, it have went very far. Nicki Minaj was already pretty before adding all of this mess. Why did she have to do it? Cardi B was already pretty before adding all of this mess. Why did they have to do it? See? So exotic means whatever each man feels in him. That don't mean that it's always bright skin or light skin. He just wants something, that's his own definition. But now, this sister said that it's usually bright skin, and we brothers used to be like, like something like Brazilian. But that's because we became carnal too. But at the end of the day, when a man is childish, he's gonna think childish. But when he grows up, he's gonna realize, like, hold up, that ain't all what I thought it was either. When you mature, you put away these childish things. What are we talking about now? We're talking about some women and men who's of age, still dealing with childishness in the marriage, still dealing with childishness in the relationship. Like, hold up, we in the 40s, late 30s, 50s, still dealing with the same garbage. All of those childish thoughts we used to think about this and that, we realized that wasn't family. That was us learning how to be a nation of fornicators. But we can't still be dealing with this. The way I tell you to go back and fix it is to go right back into the order of how you were made. Men, you were made to conquer. Make sure you got your job. Make sure you're working hard, doing what you need to do. And women, you place yourself exactly right back how the Most High made you, as if you just came out of them. Start right back there. It's going to take a lot of humility to do that. It's going to take a lot of hard work and perseverance. But anytime it falls, bring it all the way back there. Forgive and bring it all the way back there. Because that's where we all started at the beginning, in all reality. But let's see what they're talking about on here of some of this modern day stuff.
I knew that I was going to be a white man that came onto the screen before it.
So there seems to be an epidemic of young black women on the internet saying that they are no longer going to date black men, or at the very least, they're going to open up their dating pool to other races. And instead of calling them racist, the internet...
You know why? You're going to figure out because they want to, oh, he don't treat me like a queen and this and that. Listen, you've been listening to too much Busta Rhymes. Let me tell you, when you come to Busta Rhymes calling you a queen, Puffy calling you a queen, and all of our brothers on the East Coast is calling you queens. But they trying to be with the kings.
Is agreeing with them. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better.
Black women continuously seeing these videos. First, let's start off with showing you what I'm finding on these platforms. This first video says, "Ladies, I'm winning. I found a man who speaks to me exactly like this." Let's listen.
I found a man who speaks to me exactly like this. I'm going to show you from the animals that they get it more than us. Our women have been made to think that there's a Prince Charming. Huh? That our women have been made to think there's a Prince Charming. When a man is stern, a black man is stern. Why you say it like that? Why are you talking to me like that? There's sometime a man is going to tell you straight up just how God made him. And really, something's wrong with you. You, once again, I brought it back. Women are humbled. Men humble women, not the other way around. So that's your time to be humble, knowing I can't beat them. And guess what? Don't say, oh, I can take care of myself. You can't. Your self comes with children. Your self comes with needing to protect yourself. I'm talking about long term. Don't just say about yourself, because when you talk about yourself, oh no, they don't just come with that. Well, I don't have children. I can't have children. Okay, well, listen. If war comes, you taking care of yourself. We're not just talking about financially. You taking care of yourself with, you're going to be able to fight your battles. So you have forgot that you came in with a man. And if you even don't have a man, you still, according to scriptures, have to get through heaven under the leadership of the men in God's government. See? So don't forget, you were not made to be worshiped. You were not made to, yeah, you're a queen. No man is going to not call his wife his queen. It's not what let me tell you why. We talking about the good women deserve to be called queen. We're talking about the women who have no understanding about why you say it like that. Because lions roar sometimes. Every time a man says something, why you being so mean? You got an attitude. You complain every time you come home. No, I told you I wanted this to be a certain way and I wanted that to be a certain way. I work hard. I come home. Hey, if you, especially if you don't work, where's my food? Why you didn't do this? Why you didn't do that? Not that should be every day. A man should not be a lion in his house like the scripture says. But a righteous man is not going to be a lion in his house. Once again, I shouldn't have to explain that. But if you have a woman, anytime you say anything, she bounces it back like as if you're saying something wrong when you're telling her the way you want it, and she came from you. Now how are you gonna know you're dealing with a demon? Anything outside of the order of the Most High is demonic. Well, I just can't say anything. That's not what we're saying. Just don't forget the order. Because if a man asks nice and you just get an attitude, now you're taking his kindness for weakness. So now when he says stern, you can't be talking to me like that. And that'll last for a few weeks. Now you're not coming together anymore. And now the devil is winning. See? So here we go. Let's get you one of these soft white guys to talk to you and treat you like a so-called queen.
You are beautiful. My wife is beautiful. You are.
No.
That don't sound nothing like no brother. My wife is beautiful. Huh? And guess what? When the babies come out, you have not done according to what the scripture said to be. Obviously, we all fail, but what we're saying modern day, women with attitudes thinking this way. We're not going against interracial marriages of who was already married before they understood this doctrine and this knowledge. But you really are not being fruitful and multiplying according to the way your God would have it. So you don't want to go the other way just because of the lack of understanding. So tonight you're going to be able to get it.
Actually talk about the fact that I knew that I was going to be a white man that came onto the screen before it was the white man on the screen, because literally it only feels like white men talk about black women like this.
So she's saying it feels as though white men are the only ones who are going to refer to black women as queens or treat them as such. And I believe that is a very popular audio from the...
Total nonsense. Our brothers just don't get... We don't get, let me tell you, we don't get the media play. We call our sisters queens. You just met the wrong ones. Men, let me tell you, it's so many men who would just love to get them the so-called modern day women, but they don't get the time of the day if they're not driving a E-class, whatever type of high value car. He may be working hard and say, listen, a car is not right now is not my best investment that I want to invest in. It loses value. Yeah, but you know, you now if she sees him in that car, just like the gold digger videos, now she wants him. See? So a lot of them call them queens, but they may not get the time of day. And so a lot of men become depressed and they start settling for something that they could have gotten better. And they fall into fornication because they're being denied by women who forgot their purpose. And then later down the line, these same women, now I can't find a good man. You fornicated through your whole life and now you can't find a good man. And now you got 30 baby daddies, and you want him when if he does marry you, you want him to treat your children as if they're his. They need to get them same blessings. Not that men shouldn't. When you have stepchildren, every man, righteous man, gonna love his children. What I'm saying is, if you buy your firstborn something, oh yeah, but what about such and such? See, listen. This is what happens. Later down the line, they forget. Like, you are blessed to be married. What are you talking about? You're blessed. I got to take care of this and some extra stuff. You're blessed. I better not get no attitude. See?
Bridgerton, which of course shows an interracial relationship.
He got to do for me and mine. No, he don't. Who told you that? He's being pretty generous and charitable for you to even be back on the market after all that. God have given you grace.
Queen Charlotte and King George. And I've heard this sentiment echoed many a time by other black women. They say, if I want to be treated like a queen, a goddess, I won't go to...
I want to be treated like a queen or a goddess. There you go. A diva.
Black community to find that, and maybe...
And did you know that a black trans gay man created the diva? Oh, yeah.
Because they're so accustomed to other black women and it's just the norm that they don't feel like maybe they are encountering a queen or a goddess. Maybe it's too high of an expectation, but it seems as though it's an expectation that men outside of the black race are willing to meet. In the video we just watched got 110,000.
Because on every level, whether it be our men or our women, every nation is going to try to get with us. We're Jacob. That's just normal. When I travel the world, the other nations like us, and they like our women too. That's just how it goes.
On TikTok, meaning this message is resonating with a bunch of people. So we should probably read a few of the comments to see what they think. The first comment has 10,000 likes. It says a lot of people aren't ready for that conversation, but like dead ass. The next one says, we have begun to realize that black love is struggle love and we deserve to be treated and adored like the queens we are.
Hey, there go one of them confusing comments. We have begun to realize that black love is a struggle. Stamping these statements out there to the public as if they are a stamp on everybody's back. Oh no. Everybody, just because you put out a comment don't mean everybody agrees with it. We have begun to realize that black love is a struggle love. No. people, excuse me, this society, this government, this beast system, right? It was always designed to separate us, right? And now we're having these stupid conversations instead of getting down to the nitty gritty of what it really is. And our sisters will fall for these things by watching these little shows, these soap operas, all of these things, and not realizing, no, just go back to the beginning of how you was made, and you will understand. You must learn all over again. Leave all this nonsense alone. See? We deserve to be treated and adored like queens that we are. I don't disagree with that. But the way that it's said, it's not just talking about that's all you want. You basically, you don't want to do anything and you just want to be treated like a queen just because of how you look. Oh no. I need you to show me a little bit more than that. Huh? At nighttime, oh, I don't feel like it. Oh, excuse me? Excuse me? It obviously is going to be some times that man or woman don't feel like it, but you got people who's out there, whose sisters who's out there, and they don't realize due benevolence, as the scripture says. Because their mind could be with their past men, stress, or what happened with them when they were young. You can't marry these type of women. We've all made mistakes, but you can't save these type of women. Some of these songs, don't save her, she don't want to be saved. Let me tell you, I know it may sound like a joke, but some of these songs were so true.
After that, I immediately knew, and I'm kind of sad about it, not gonna lie. And here's one more just to be thorough. I'm Latina, and I even noticed this too. Y'all deserve the world and to be treated with respect.
Oh my goodness, here we go. And that's where it came with the strong black woman. Now she got to be strong. Huh? Let me tell you, there's a strong black man. And there's a woman who backs that strong black man. Israelite black man too, by the way. from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's the correct term for that. All right? Because I would like to see a strong black woman get up in the gym with me and lift the same weight I lift. I would like to see her fight these men if they come up in the house to try to rob. Just as good as me. I would like to see her bang out 20 pull-ups just like me. 100 push-ups or something. So let me tell you, ain't no strong black woman. There's a woman who backs a strong black man. And that's stripped together how it's supposed to be. And I'm not saying they're weak. That's not what I'm saying. It's strong to back your husband. You can't back yourself forever. You can't. What do you think this is? The white man is backing you of why you think you can say that. All right? So our righteous sisters out there already know. They sitting at home like, I'm so grateful to have my man. Especially in these times. That's what they saying right now. Yeah, that's witchcraft.
Before we get into further commentary on this, I just want to say, disclaimer, I know that not all black men are treating women poorly within their relationships, and not all black men are deciding not to meet this standard set by black women. Okay, let's make that clear. There are good and bad men in every race, and you know what? Women will find them. We know that for sure. But it must be said, I rarely...
Well, we don't know it for sure. We don't know it for sure. We hope.
See women of other...
A black man that genuinely desires a dark-skinned woman has been interesting, right? Because every black man I've dated, their type was always exotic, meaning light skin, curly hair. Like, that's not exotic.
Green eyes.
Hello, she's just mixed, babe. She's just mixed.
Let me put it out there. This thing that was taught that type of woman is in, they still promoting this type of bright woman, and that was just a total lie. Not that there's anything wrong with bright women, but that was just a total lie. If anything, the old saying, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. That's a true statement. See? So why am I saying it like that? Because spiritually, that's the color of our God. That's the color of our God. Why would we want to go anything less than that? And I'm not talking about on color, because guess what? There's people who come from these same people of color and they may be bright skinned. They came from the same person and they're just bright skinned. So you can't go about color. Everybody has their own preference, but all the Most High's people are beautiful. All the Most High's people are beautiful. Okay, but everybody just has their own preference. It's all beautiful. Some people have beautiful long dreads. Some people have beautiful long straight hair. Some people have curly hair. It's all beautiful, because it would be very boring just to see the same thing. How you think Esau came out? From 2 black parents. He came out his color. Right? No one's going to sit here and say every white person is ugly. That's just not true. Right? So we know there's a lot of hurt, but we can't let the enemy push you from who you were created for and make you think that there's no righteous Israelite man out there for you.
My experience, but I'm someone who dates outside of my race. I date inside. I date all around. You know what I'm saying? If you fine, you fine. But my experience in dating like European men or white men or just mixed.
So, hey, we already know we can't take her word for anything saying that. So how can now we believe any point from a harlot? And she may be a harlot through ignorance or whatever she's been through, but I'm gonna tell you right now we can't take her point for anything.
Men or men of different cultures just treat women differently. I've never had to worry about like maybe this man desires a lighter skinned woman when I'm dating outside of my race, or when I'm dating a black man that genuinely desires a dark skinned woman or loves a dark skinned woman.
There it is again. Now I am curious to
and this is just where it comes, where our people have to come back to the Most High. They complain about, I can't find a good man. You're traveling to the wrong places. You're frequenting the wrong places to find a good man. You have to understand, you really don't find a man. In ancient time, men find you. Men are the one who are going to tell you if they want to get married or not. That's the facts. At the end of the day, that's going to be the facts. All right? So, just wanted to bring that out really quick. 1 second here, because we're going to have to open up these calls before it gets too late. 1 second. Let me see where I'm at in my notes. All right. So a few things, once again, that we need to consider before we go forth next. Are you fulfilling your purpose as a woman? Not letting, once again, the modern day sentiments rest on us. And we want to talk about this as well. Like, sometimes when a sister finally gets married, it's like on that movie that the End of the World movie they show. I forget if any of you remember the name of that movie. You can type it in the chat. But you remember that movie where all of the children and the mom, being that she was still dealing with in that movie, was she still dealing with her ex-husband or boyfriend before, right? And I think she had a child in there by him, and then the man came back to the door. What was that called? He came back to get his child at the end of the movie, but all of the family had went against that father. I think that father, he was like, he played OG Bobby Johnson. I forget the name of that movie. But all of the family had went against him in the movie. You said 2025? Was that it? If you remember the movie, put it in there, because I want to rewatch it. I really want to play it. Lockdown 2025. Lockdown 2025. Let me matter of fact, let me see, can I find a little scene from that. Hold up. Let me see. Man, y'all good, man. I tell you, y'all are good. I'm gonna have to rewatch that movie. The algorithm already put it in because I said it too. Let me see here. Give your elder 1 second. Fair use for educational purposes only. So you remember in that movie, And I'm going to tell you why I'm talking about this. You remember in that movie that, you know, they had went against the husband. Sometimes this goes on, you understand, in families. Let me see here. Okay, let me see. Daddy just trying to be himself. We're going to talk about it. Fair use educational purposes only. I'm glad y'all told me this movie.
Outside. Why don't you quit now? Sit down before you fall out.
Hey, baby girl.
Did you make any veggie burgers?
Yes.
Awesome.
Hello, Mr. McGee. How you doing?
Where's Evan? Evan!
He's not feeling good. He's asleep.
Let me get to the
upstairs.
part.
You eat too much? Nah, you'll be all right.
Let me see if I can get to the part.
Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me.
Stay in your home. Looters will be shot.
Shot?
We're missing it again.
This is not a test.
Wait, it's on again.
This is
Y'all remember the part? Was it at the end or the beginning? Hold up. Let me see if I can let me see if I can find that. Hold up. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it, but you guys know what I'm talking about, it seems like. Yeah, I'm let me see. I wanted to find it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. They had went against the father, making him feel like he was just a little chump, and he's doing all his hard work. You know what I mean? To provide for the family. Yeah, I don't remember where it's at. It's okay. But you guys get the gist of it. So listen. Sometimes I'm gonna end up watching the whole movie on here, right? Sometimes you have situations where the mom have came into this relationship and the man have allowed it that way from the beginning to basically run over him like she's the man. And when the children see this, they are confused. And so just like this movie Lockdown 2025, it becomes total confusion in the house. And that's where you get these names like, you know how you have Tyler Perry playing this role of like Big Mama or something? Him and Martin. That's where you get this thing like Big Mama, because she had to be Big Mama. She had to be hard. She had to play both roles. Not that Big Mama in some places are not called that, because as grandma got a little older, she got a little weight and she was grandma. But no, a lot of times this Big Mama thing came from, you had to listen to Big Mama. Whatever she say goes. See? Instead of being a patriarch, it was becoming a matriarch system. She's knowing everything going on. She's telling the young ladies what to do and not to do. And it's not always the best advice. You see? Sometimes you'll have like, and you got to be very careful with this one, where a man have taken a woman and he have stepchildren with her, and she have children by another man. You have to remember what the scripture says, that once these young men get of age, it's time for them to really move out and get their own situations, because they will, if this woman is already not listening to her husband, it will be like bullying. See, it will be just like bullying. Anytime that man wants to say something in his house or give direction, you know, it'll go back to, they know each other from the past situation. His daddy or her daddy and mom. And now they click up Like, yeah, we got this in common against dad. Anytime we feel like we don't like what he's saying. You see what I'm saying? So anytime, and now you come through, the bags is packed, they getting ready to dip out. It's always going to be like that. So women, let me tell you something. You cannot be married, even if that's your son that you held, but that's somebody's seed they put in you. Yes, he's your son, but it was supposed to work the way where it could have been your son with you with that same man. But now it's a different situation. When you get into a new marriage, I'm giving you guys wisdom. If you're dealing like this, so you won't fall into this. When you get into a new marriage, let go of the past. Understand that when you come into this new relationship, it's really a difficult situation because a man, he always going to feel like he can't really whip your children the same way he whip his own CPS situations, right? And it's not, if you got a child that's disrespectful, it makes it worse on that man. Because one, he's already doing something he don't have to do. So it's already a little uncomfortable. And not saying it can't work, because it can work. It's a lot of successful situations of people who just have talent with discipline. See? But you got to understand something. A lot of women come in married to the new man, and they still be married to the other man. And you be like, you all right? What's going on? Oh, nothing. Because now she's thinking about that same childish thing we talked about earlier. You get on her nerves today. Well, he used to do it like this and like that. Uh-oh, here we go. Well, he used to do this and uh-oh, here we go. And now you reconsidering in your mind. See? Come on, son. We up out of here. So let me ask you a question. Your son, that means you're married to your son. So you married to your son's daddy, you ain't with him no more, but you married to your son too. What happens when your son want to get married? That's not fair. Your son's job is not to take care of you. You were to be taken care of by a man. Or you can go get a job and work to take care of yourself. Once that man become of age, you can't put that on him to where he got to take care of you. How he gonna move on? And that's where you get these little mark men at. They become little mark men. It's not their fault, but they want to help and make sure their mama's good. You know, and guess what? That's just not fair for our nation. Black women understand now it's hard for us to take care of ourselves. But my baby, he got my back. He did this for me. He did that for me. But that ain't your husband. You need to get your behind out there, and it's okay. We all made mistakes. You need to get your behind out there and do what you need to do. You had these babies. See? So now whenever your husband tell you something, you got to go to the other men you married with. Your sons. Or your daughter. And now you can really never have a successful life because your children taking care of you. The man was taking care of you, but now you got the children taking care of you, and you really start depending on that. Because you didn't let them fly like the Bible said. Every man should leave his mother and father to cleave to his own wife. It's not his job to take care of you. Yeah, you might have got his dad. It might have been a mistake. He probably wasn't a good man. Understandable. But now you're going to put them same curses on him again? And when he goes into his new relationship, he acting like a little woman. Because he was raised through mom techniques. And anytime he hear a loud voice going on, and he think that a man is trying to hit on his mama or something, he coming in the room like, "Yay, what you doing to my mama?" Negro, it's time for you to get your own place to stay. Because I didn't have to take care of you in the first place since you lacking appreciation. Y'all want to hear the whole truth or nothing but the truth? Here you go. Because the Most High didn't intend it to be this way from the beginning. And guess what? If a young man is wise and honorable and smart, that stepdad, because my stepdads helped me do it, they will help you work through doing it. That's the better way you want it. That your stepdad can help you through it. Like, look, son, it's just time for you to get your own place. You ain't do nothing wrong, but it's time for you to get ready to have your own situation. I can help you get your credit right. I can tell you what to do. That's, you want it to be this way. But if it gets dishonorable, okay, you want to draw the line? I'm going to draw the line and show you this is mine. So which way you want to do it? I can help and guide you as I did from the beginning. And some moms forget that Woman, did you know that I raised your babies from small? Do you know that I've raised your babies from small? And now they came up to rise up against me like lockdown 2025. This is normal in the black community. You know, this is a perpetual. This ain't some new situation. This is normal. And women, they leave these men, raise their babies. I got to take care of for me and mine. And guess what? You're lonely after. Your daughter get married. Your son get married. And you think about that marriage you used to have. Well, he wasn't that bad. He actually wasn't that bad. Oh, yeah. Your sons got to go and live their life. See? And sometimes they'll go hustle, man. I got to go make this money for mama, man. I got to take care of my mama. I remember thinking like that before. And then after a while, I'm like, man, I can't take care of me, mama, and my new wife and my children. You start to realize, like, dang, and you see our nation continue to go through this stuff. So our sisters need to think about the selfishness that the feminist movement have brought upon them. Maybe this was not your intentions, but you really learned, just like we all did, the wrong way. And why am I telling you tonight? Because you're going to suffer the most. You receive energy, which takes energy from you, takes life from you. You have to have all of these children through C-sections. You get damage down there and all that through scar tissue, even though it's a natural situation. When you have multiple partners and all that, you receiving, you delivering babies, you going through all of this pain. And guess what? You felt like you need to be able to be the man and the woman to hold it all up. But then your sons, because they raised by you, unfortunately, and you did the best you could. That's what the saying is. Every mom does the best they can. Because black men love their mothers. We gonna love our mothers. But we don't want our mothers to continue to suffer and be lonely at the end of the day, especially the way the world's going now. You go through all of this, trying to find good mans, and they keep hurting you, cheating on you, doing this and that. Whatever the case may be, whatever your story may be. See? You go through all of this, and you have all of this to tell in these stories. This man, he's like a feminine man now being raised by you. He wants to go and kill and shoot up the neighborhood. This is what you're breeding. So you're getting hurt. You're breeding this. The men are very emotional. You know, they tired of seeing stepdaddies, and it just becomes a total hot mess. This is how we grew up as the children of Israel. And it's our job as we go forth into Christ's kingdom is to fix it. We're not blaming, but I don't want to see more and more women fall into this getting lonely. Because now, one, is too expensive to be adding on. Like, hold up, how many you got? It's too expensive to be. You better make sure, hey, you in shape, you nice, you're holy, and a lot. And pray to the Most High that you can, because you're not promised to get married after all that. You're not promised. If God blesses you, you have to be in the most appreciation spirit. And a man can see humility from far away. He can see humility, but you also can't just be humble. Sometimes you guys don't think, let me see if my baby's daddy, that's what you call him, right? If he would want his children before I start this new relationship. You know why? Because you will start something very clean. You will be happy. You still can get to see your children if he's a mature man. And you get to give this man his own children. And even if you can't, if he's too old, it's just peace all around. He don't got to beat nobody else's kids. But you got to stop saying these are my babies. Don't forget, you receive. Something was put in you from another man. Those seeds were put in you. Those really are your children and his children. That's the family you're supposed to be. But if you want to be a new family, you have to start thinking about dropping some selfishness. I got to be treated like a queen. He got to do for me and mine. And he like, hold up, I can do for you. But see if he want his own kids, like I would want mine. Huh? So I think men have to walk on eggshells and not tell the whole truth. But that's done. That's done now. It's done. And this has to come out for our sisters to be healed and to rebuild. And for their children that they have now to understand the principles. If you have a step parent, you have to be grateful because he don't have to do anything for you, or she doesn't either, because they're stepmothers as well. They don't have to do anything. So we all have to be appreciative that the Most High have given us grace as a nation and we're coming back together. But we do have to lay down some things on the line that are hurtful because of our mistakes. And you know, it got to be like that. So we're going to get ready to open up the lines. And I want to put this out there too, because I had to prove those points. You know, women who want to be holy cannot no longer follow this advice of the world, of you, whoever it comes from, even if it came from yourself and you thought that that was the way. We had a few women call in, I think, last week or two, and they made some great points that, hey, like I made some mistakes, and I'm glad they put themselves out there to help other women to realize I'm not the only one. Understand this, my sisters. You have been told that you can change men. You cannot change men, my sister. I'm going to give you the nature principles and the origin of the creation that we teach in the Hebrew and Bible Academy. Don't forget, go to historytimes.org as we have it on the screen. And if you do want to support, you see it already on the screen. $ G.O.C.C report. All right? gatheringofchrist.org/donate. But you cannot change men. Men are like the sun. The sun is a man angel. The woman is a woman angel, like it talks about in the extra biblical text. Okay? I think this is in the Apocalypse of Moses. I could be wrong. I don't remember. But the sun comes up and down. Very simple. That's how men are. Up and down. The moon is full, crescent, red, like that time of the month. The moon is always changing. But the sun is going to always just come up and come down. That's just what you need to understand. So the man you see trying to get with you, understand that he's going to have his way of principles of laying things down in his household and his rules, and his is not going to be the same like the next. So don't covet thy neighbor's husband or wife, because guess what? Don't covet thy neighbor's husband, excuse me. This man, all men are the same in a sense, but every man has their own. One man may say, I want you to fold my socks like this. I want you to do this way. And you looking at another woman, you say, well, your husband, he don't make you do that? But guess what? That man is different than that man. That don't make each man better. Every man grew up different. Every man is going to like things a certain way. And for years, 10, 20 years, girl, I thought I can change that man, and I couldn't change him. Oh, you dang on right you couldn't change him. Stop letting them tell you can change that man. You can't change nothing. Only thing you can change about a man is when he's a boy, you can change his diapers. But you notice how he ended up coming out with a lot of characteristics like his father, because that's who he comes from. That don't mean he has to come out bad like his father. He can come out with the good characteristics of his dad if he's raised right. But you cannot change him, because a man changes on his own if he wants to change. That's just what it is. He's going to be the same. And even when he changes, it's something that he was born with that just going to always be. All right? So we talked about that. And I want the men to answer this question when you call in. Do you have a button? I believe that every man has a button. Not a temper button, but every man has a line, like, hey, a line that's drawn that sisters know that they can press, because one, they know, oh, I'm just going to call 911. And guess what? That's wrong, because you should humble yourself, because guess what? You forgetting your own purpose of where you come from. When that man tells you something, that's what he tells you. You decided to be with him. And men got to start before they marry, letting it be known, this is make or break for me. This is that. You got to let it be known from the beginning. You can't tell her. It's hard to tell her later to understand that. Young men, you tell her how you are now and understand it, so she don't even waste her time. Okay? Now, I understand that the people who was already coming together in the truth, they're trying to paste this thing together and bring it together. I understand that. So it's a little bit more difficult. But it needs to be told to her ahead of time, so it's no shock later. Start laying down, what you know, not every little thing, like you're some woman or something, how they be trying to do, but just like things is like general, like this is a make or break for me. Trust, you know what I mean? No lying. This, you know what I mean? Like what, straight up. Okay? So, I want to know from the men, do you have, because I don't think women understand this. It'll be a conversation, and these are, in many relationships it happen where a man, he even when men know this about men, even at work or whatever, you know, some men is like, listen, you already know, if you know them long enough, don't go there, because you probably gonna start throwing their hands on each other. And you have a wise man who will be diplomatic and an ambassador, say, you know what, I apologize, I was wrong, before it gets there, or if it's gotten there and it's getting ready to go further than there. But every man usually knows how far to go. But sisters know that, but they still press the button, knowing that if you press this button, you're gonna be calling 911. You're gonna be I'm gonna call my uncle, call my mama, and now you was really wrong because you knew you shouldn't have did that. This man, one time out of 30 years, he didn't put you on the wall, and it's wrong. And guess what? Men should not abuse women. But what I'm saying is, some women, when you watch these videos and stuff on YouTube, they know they did that on purpose, and they knew the reaction that they were going to get. And now all of a sudden, you don't hear that part of the story. You hear this guy's an abuser. Now you got some Negroes out there who are totally sorry men who just goes around being drunkards on drugs, abusing women. These are not who we're talking about. These are scoundrels. Scoundrel, dog, whoremonger, drunk, sorry men who the Bible calls infidels. They let me tell you, they don't take care of their own. We're not talking about these type of guys. But I've seen some guys who is pretty righteous, won't hurt a fly, man, just loving men, and then women will push them. You ain't no real man. You can't do it like my other husband, or you can't do it. You know, and they start saying these provoking words, hitting that button. And guess what? Something he thought he'd never do. All of a sudden, he is the guy that the world should hate and should put in prison for the rest of his life. But they don't really know who this witch is. They don't really know who this, pretending to be a virtuous woman, but really a disrespectful woman is. Huh? And then now, every man she gets with, that's a pattern. You can't keep a man. So is something wrong with these men, or is there something wrong with you? Huh? Look what G.O.C.C said. She said, nobody push me, run up in my face, or nothing like that, push me against the wall. I will be calling my dad and 5 of my brothers. And see, that's the thing, G.O.C.C. You don't need a man. Not that that man could do that to you. If you're saying, basically, you can say what you want to say, and I'm not saying that's what you're saying. If you're saying you can say what you want to say, and guess what? There's no repercussions. You really don't deserve a man. A man, when you come under a man, he gonna tell you what he feel and how he feel if you agreed to be with him. And guess what? I'm not saying that's disrespectful, but some things comes out from a man stern, and he say, listen, I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear this no more. We could talk about it later, but it can't go no further than this. And women will push it and push it and push it. And some women like that, well, what about us? Don't forget your purpose. It shouldn't get to that with you because you are under him. Huh? You are under him. And I'm not saying that's what men are going to do. I'm saying this is all type of things have happened. A man grab you like this and he say, listen, chill. Oh, he been beating on me and, just making up these stories. What's that old Tina Turner movie, hitting her face with the orange? Oh, yeah. See? Now the white man taking him to jail. Now he got a bad criminal record. Men don't marry women like this. You better lay it down on the line, because I've heard men say, listen, I have never resorted to nothing like this. This is not who I am. This woman is provoking me to get here. You chose the wrong type of women. You cannot choose these type of women. These are women who go around doing this to men thinking they can get away with it. And they thinking they're going to get away from the Most High with this. Trust me. Maybe that's not their intentions and they don't know. But I'm telling you tonight, you might want to learn this one. Being a false witness, because the Most High hates that. You know you provoke this man. Telling him, oh, you can't, don't say it to me like that. And start calling him the MFer, the B, and all of this crazy stuff. Do you know that men don't even talk to men like that unless they know they're getting ready to throw them hands? How can you as a woman think that you can come to your husband, your boyfriend, and start talking to him like that when he's your protector? You putting him into a different place now. Now, men, obviously you should work on your anger and you shouldn't resort to this. That's not what I'm saying at all. Don't twist what I'm saying here. I'm saying that these things have happened and women know that button and they're not respecting that button. They're not respecting because they're putting themselves into a situation of, I'm going to tell Daddy Edom on you. I'm going to tell Daddy Edom on you. Or I'm going to tell Big Brother. You know, whoever. I'm going to tell my daddy. Well, guess what? You need to go back to your daddy's house. Go back to your daddy's house. You're not going to manipulate me and use these things against me. And every time I tell you something, you calling me out my name. You don't want to do what I'm telling you. The contract is over. Bye. Huh? Go and deal with these sorry guys and these sorry whoremongers who are going to tell you they're going to drink your bathwater type of garbage because they really can't get a woman. So they tell you stuff like that just to get you. So we have to stop choosing hood rats mindsets. We have to stop choosing hood rat mindsets and whoremongers as a nation, or we can continue to go back perpetuate. That's why we say in the church, hey, yeah, you can marry outside of the church. It's not something that we, we would consider you doing. We would want you to do. We would advise you to do. Because you're going to deal with those repercussions. Don't ask us to counsel you when you went on the outside and got unequally yoked. He's not the man I thought he was going to be. Yeah, we could have told you that about that nigga the other day. Excuse my language. Because that's what he's acting like. You said you wanted to get married. Righteous women and righteous men, that's marriage according to God. Not this thing they got out there where you come together and you don't know each other. That's not marriage. That's madness. Huh? Another man could have told you this Negro lazy. He's a cheater. But guess what? You thought you knew it all. And now you want to talk to him all crazy. And guess what? Now you got his baby on the way. And now you want another man, but you got a baby on the way. You see how you got to be careful and delicate? Why the Most High made you so delicate and to move a certain way? Because it's not a lie once that baby come out that you already had a man. Oh, right. He come to you, you just like what, too much pregnant. Nobody can't tell. You ever had a man before? No. You start dealing with this man, and all of a sudden, that's his baby. Hold up. I know women try to play the innocent role. Huh? This is yours. Man don't get a blood test till 20 years later realize he been raising a baby that didn't belong to him because she got with the wrong man. That wasn't her intentions to get with the wrong man, but she got with the wrong man, got in the baby mama hood rat drama. Let me hurry up and get a nice man, before somebody find out I'm pregnant. You start dealing with this man early. I'm pregnant. Oh my goodness. The children of Israel. You wanted to hear the truth tonight? You who were made and created for him. Time to get back in your position. Because guess what? There's a lot of weak men out there who are going to fall because they can't actually get women. It's expensive to get women. They're like, hey, they'll take anything easy. But if you want a real righteous man, he's going to ask a lot of questions. These days, he's going to ask you to get a test to make sure you ain't got the hydrovulgaris in you. Huh? I'm just telling you. So, I don't believe that righteous men is just going around hitting women. You press that button on them. I'm not saying it don't happen to, like I said, sorry men, evil men. But I don't believe you got it for a righteous man. What did you do? Please bring out the true story of it. What did you do? What did you say to this man? Some men have been bullied before. You done got up all in his face, spitting in his face, talking about, nigga, you ain't gonna do SHIT. Do you think you can go around talking to men like that? And he's just to say, you know what? I'm sorry. This is just not gonna work out. What world did you, I'm trying to figure out what world did you grow up in? See? So when we get into relationships, we have to start to realize that all of these things can come to pass. And the Bible says a wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man. So it's time for us to start seeking as men righteous women and not, I know we want to save people. It's not your job to save everybody. I'll just tell you, there's so many different situations. Just be led by the Spirit. Just be led by the Spirit. I'm not finna sit here and say that every woman with children is a bad woman, because that's not the case. That's just not the case. She can be sweeter than a lot of women who don't have children. Sometimes you got a single woman, a man comes to do everything, and then she becomes lazy. She was just pretty her whole life. I want a husband. She does whatever she needs to do to get a husband. Until when she gets a husband, she don't want to do the things that she agreed to anymore. You don't take me out enough. Becomes about me. You don't take me out enough. You used to be more sweet. You used to buy me roses. When I got with my wife, I said, listen, I got you these roses, but I want you to understand something about me. One thing's expensive out here, and I want you to understand something, the type of man I am. If it ain't fruitful and multiply, it don't make sense to me. So guess what I'm going to do to you? And for you, I'm going to buy you a rose bush. It will keep growing back. You can keep cutting them roses off and putting them in that water. I'm not finna keep going back to the store paying $20 for a rose when I could pay $20 for a rose bush that's going to give you roses forever. Because I'm a man from the heavens. I'm going to give you something that's going to continue to be fruitful and multiply. But when the woman gets into the mindset, he have to go to the store to do it the same way the world is. That's total brainwashing. He don't buy me roses. Guess what? Because I got that rose bush out there, right out there. Just how you put that rose in that water that rose bush. If you love roses so much. And I'm going to water sometime too. When I'm free, I'm just saying. Don't get into this thing. You know, you used to do this. You used to do that. Because when a woman's mind's like that, even when you come together, you're not really coming together no more. I'm tired. Everything all right? Yeah, I'm just tired, you know. She start getting on Instagram, start trying to go back to work, and then before you know it, the manager asking her to take her to lunch. Oh yeah, my manager, we having a meeting. Oh Lord. See, this thing goes many different ways. Y'all thought I was born yesterday? Please, you better read the Testament of Reuben. That women is not innocent. They are more sneaky when it comes to these things than men. That's what the scripture says. See? That's what the ancient text says. I want to show you something really quick. 1 Corinthians 11. I'm praying I get some calls. I'm praying I get some calls. I know I'm going in, so I'm trying to. I know I'm fair use for educational purposes only. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 2, 11 and 2. Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I delivered them unto you. Meaning, don't change it. Don't bring your own will and things into it. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is man. It goes right back to Genesis 2. I just wanted to bring that there. Okay? So let's jump to verse 5. No, let's just go. Every man praying and prophesying having his head covered dishonored his head. But every woman that prayed or prophesied with her head uncovered dishonored her head. Okay? So let us go down. Let us go down to verse 11. Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither is the woman without the man in the Lord. For as the woman is of the man, even so is the man also by the woman. Because in the beginning, the woman came from the man, and the man obviously has to understand he came from the woman. But the problem with that is women are trying to start to using that, like I said in the beginning, as if we should bow to them or worship them. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a woman. No, it's not true. It just said right here, for as the woman is of the man. That's the first thing you need to remember. Instead of trying to bring some vain argument, you get through God through a man. So there's nothing else to talk about. We know we come from women. That's common sense. The Most High made you from us to do that. For you to be able to do that, you have to come from us. Yeah, we took part in that. And we also took part in putting the seed inside of you. So that's, we are creation. Okay? So, and that's obviously that point has to just be driven for the uneducated, carnal, immature mindset type of woman. We're going to go to 1 Timothy 5:13, King James Version. And with all they learn to be idle. This is for the widows who may have lost a husband, or modern day widows, right? And even young women who are not married. And with all they learn to be idle, meaning lazy, not doing anything. That's why I tell the young women, you hanging around your homegirls, but you claim you want to be married. You need to be doing something outside of hanging around your homegirls that's going to help you to be a helpmeet. See, you hanging around your homegirls, they're going to end up getting married. You hanging around them too much. Don't wear out the doorstep of your neighbor. You hanging around your homegirls too much. They end up getting married. Now you got a problem with them talking about they not your friends how they used to be and all that. No, they like men. They not LGBT. That's all. See, you hanging around too much instead of doing what you need to do to be able to bring an empire and a legacy to a man that you claim you want. So you're sitting around here being lazy when you can go get yourself a job to become someone to help this man. You know, it ain't you got to go to college, be a good, sweet woman, learn how to cook. Hey, listen to what mama told you to how to get a man and not the wrong things. Listen to what your daddy said if you got a daddy. But we know most Israelites, for some reason, being raised by mama. Stop hanging around all the time because, let me tell you, just because you pretty, you're going to get the wrong type of man. Any man marrying a woman just because she's pretty, unfortunately, a wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man. That's what's getting ready to happen. He got with her because she was fine. We did those things when we was young. Oh, I need me some exotic. Yeah, you're going to get you some exotic, all right. You're going to be dealing with a lot of spots. See? You're going to be dealing with a lot of issues. So when a man becomes spiritually mature, he's like, is this woman nice? Is she consistent with who she is, how she dresses, how she speaks? She's never really yelling. I never really see her yelling and talking loud. See? I never see her trying to be the life of the party. That's the type of woman I want on my side. Helpful, charitable, sweet voice. Never hear her yelling. I don't feel like she's going to say, why you got to say it like that? You ain't be talking to me like that. Oh, no. That sounds like a dude. That sounds like a rude dude. And you know what a dude is. That's an elephant behind here. Huh? But I'm talking about a man, obviously. So let's continue to read. And with all they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house. You in other people's business instead of trying to be a helpmeet to a man. Are you forgetting why women were born? Women were born for men. Not the other way around. See? If you're doing what you need to do, making yourself appealing, even the virgins will wear certain colors in the past. The virgins had to wear certain colors to show that they were free women to be married. According to the scriptures, yeah. So I'm not telling you you got to show out, because your spirit is going to make you shine when you got the spirit of Christ. But you still can't be looking too humble, because, I mean, you got to be looking like something to look at as well, because Sarah was not called the most beautiful woman just because she was humble only. I'm just not going to sit here and tell you that lie. The children of Israel, you need to be fine. I'm sorry to tell you. Because Jacob, he said, I want the one with the eyes like this. So unfortunately, it ain't just no, I'm humble, you don't work out, you don't do nothing, you just sweet. That's cool too. But you need to look like something as well, unfortunately. And everybody got their own taste. People's like small women, thicker women. Everybody got their own taste. So I'm not here to debate that. But what I'm saying is you need to keep yourself fresh. Does a man go into the store and pick the bad fruit? Are you kidding me? Or he gonna get the strawberries that look shiny and red? I want the red strawberries that look sweet. Is he gonna pick the rotten grapes? You saying I'm a grape and I'm humble. You rotting away. You can't do that. You being too humble. Any man tell you he wants you like that is a liar. Because he going to be right on Instagram looking at some of them women that work out. Any man tell you that's a total liar. You need to look like something. Don't let them lie to you or you're going to get passed up. Look like something presentable. Present yourself, obviously, in righteousness, using morality. Chase, virgin. Even if you're not, be one in the spirit. Okay? Oh, yeah. So, wandering about from house to house because you don't have your own business. How you hanging out with your homegirl every day? You don't got nothing going on. You eating off of your homegirl now. And all her charity, her husband saw it and he didn't grab her up. And now you don't got your homegirl to use anymore. And that's not your intentions. But when were you going to try to prepare yourself for your own husband? Don't fall low into your self-esteem. Huh? Not only idle, it said, not only lazy, but tattlers and also busybodies, speaking things which they ought not, talking about other people's business. Huh? I will therefore that the younger women marry. Don't let them lie and say they want to do something in the ministry because they're going to fall off and not be consistent, the Bible is saying. Huh? Yeah, they're going to fall off and be consistent. If you have a question you want to ask, you might want to call into the show. I'm going to get ready to open up for call-ins because I don't want anyone to misinterpret what I'm saying if you actually have a question for me. Because people in the chat can't interpret me. I can interpret me in the scriptures according to them as they are written. I'm not saying people are, but there's some questions I can't read them right now. You can call in and ask. All right? It would be nice so that people can understand what you're trying to ask. I will therefore that the younger woman marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. Because if you're getting into gossip, you're giving the devil room. Hey, and the people in the church will find out what you're doing. Someone's going to tell what you're doing eventually. It just always works like that. And now who's going to want to marry a messy person? See? Who's going to want to marry a person who's you're like, dang, you always at homegirl house. When are you going to get your own? When are you going to try to do your own stuff? See? Because a man might need you to say, listen, I need you to build with me. I need you to work. I don't work. I don't want to work. Oh, you think you that much of a princess where you ain't going to help me build? You definitely not to help me. I would like to see you build your own little empire because empires are not built for women. They're built for men and his seed, his son, so he can pass it on to. And you're supposed to help with that. That's your job as a woman. That's why you were born. You weren't born to be, treat me like a queen. And listen, who told you that? When you do what he says, he's going to treat you like a queen. You can't tell a king what to do. Right? And don't get mad if you didn't marry a king. If you married, hey, just like they got some hood rat chicks out there. If you married a whoremonger who called himself a king because he got golds in his mouth and jewels on and he's selling drugs, that was your fault. You can't complain about what that type of man does to you if he don't know no better. That's just what you're going to do. That's who you married. A wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man. Okay? So we are learning these things now after we're coming out of the world. So people who was hearing it coming in like, hey, I need to change my ways. I don't want to be called that. I don't want to be that. That's people who are humble, who want to change. Other people are going to take it personal. I can't believe he said that. Well, believe it. Okay? Why you can't believe it, some people is going to believe that they can achieve righteousness now. For some have already turned aside after Satan. You had the elders like, you see that young lady right there? Got a lot of potential, but she's always gossiping, always getting into trouble, don't really want to do anything. You're like, when the last time you can't keep a job? You're not trying to work? what you be doing? Right? And then she wastes away, and now she want a man in her late 30s and late 40s, but ain't made up anything of herself. Ain't tried to be a helpmeet at all. And now she want to complain. Ain't no good man out there. It's been good men out there. They just saw you playing around. See? So, and now you go get you with a sorry dude, and now you complain about ain't no good man, so you going to white man. You going to Arabs. That is low, man, when you go with an Arab. I'm sorry. You let me tell you right now, I've been among some of these people. It's low sometimes when you go with some of these nations. I mean, you can marry whoever you want to, but I have to speak according to my whole nation. I know how these people treat us. Yeah, there might be a few nice ones out there, but I'm going to tell you right now, I've lived among them. Nah, it's certain things you just don't do. Mama used to tell you, it's certain things you don't bring home. Y'all forgot some of these things as Israelites. Okay? And I don't mean to offend anybody who's married to this, but I can't bite my tongue for just a particular situation. I'm sorry. I'm not specifically talking about you if it's working. Right? For some are already turned aside after Satan. If any man or woman that believe have widows, let them relieve them, and not the church be charged, that it may relieve them that are widows indeed. I want you to show how they read it. I mean, how they wrote it here in the MSG version of this Bible. In modern day. Check it out how they put it. How you would understand in modern day. Don't put young widows on the list, meaning to be on ministries. They say, oh, I want to sing. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. And let me tell you, as soon as you see a fine man walking to church, you are going to be inconsistent because you didn't fall in love. No. So I'd rather you be patient, because when you come to do the Lord's work, you got to be serious about it, because inconsistency is not a good look for you in the kingdom of heaven. Right? So I'm going to give you a chance to prove what you really want to do. You can do it, but understand, if there's inconsistencies, when it's time for you to do something else, we're really not going to look for you to do it. You're going to think somebody have an offense with you. So don't put young widows on the list. No sooner will they get on than that they'll want to get off. So as soon as they get on the list, they're going to want to get right off. Obsessed with wanting to get a husband rather than serving Christ in this way, by breaking their word. You know how many times this have happened in the church? By breaking their word, they're liable to go from bad to worse. Because women, it's just like the moon, crescent, full, this. Oh, I don't know what I want to do. Led through emotions. So the church got tired of dealing with this. Okay? Frittering away their days on empty talk. They don't really have a life. They don't have no business. See? Gossip and trivialities. No, I'd rather the younger widows go ahead and get married in their first place, have children, manage their homes, and not give critics to any foothold or finding fault. Some of them have already left and gone after Satan. Any Christian woman who has widows in her family is responsible for them. They shouldn't be dumped on the church. The church has its hands full already with widows who need help for real. You understand me? So the church, sometimes people come into the church and they just try to just, mess their lives get messed up, and they like, well, the church gonna help me. The church was like, listen, we're about Christ's business. We can't allow your drama that you got going on in the world to come here. That's why Christ would say, let the dead bury the dead. Knowing that families will have drama, and mess going on. They ain't talked to you in the last 10 years and they want you to be a part of their drama and mess. You're like, listen, you can go support and go to funeral, but let them deal with that mess. Let them deal with that mess and that, all of that. You got to continue to stay focused on this walk. Right? So sometimes, the leaders had to speak it how it was. And I'm going to show you a video. Right? I'm going to show you a video after I go over this really quick. Benevolence, 1 Corinthians 7. Let's go there really quick. I said I wasn't going to a lot of scriptures, but boy, did I. Hopefully we ain't got to do part 2 for call-ins. I know, boy. I had all this new technology and everything going on. 1 Corinthians 7. Now concerning the things whereof you wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman, nevertheless to avoid fornication. Let every man have his own wife. Let every woman have her own husband. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. The wife had not power over her own body, but the husband. Don't forget that women were made, and when I say as a treat to the man, it was like the Most High was blessing the man after his hard work. Not a tool. We're not talking about a tool. Once again, we're not talking about unrighteous men. But sometimes you'll have a righteous man and women just fall into their attitude or emotions. And, I don't want to get. Listen, let me tell you right now, you're not going to cause me to commit fornication and be tempted, all this stuff. Listen, I married you for this. I hope you can understand what's going on. And a man is going to be patient with you. Obviously, he is. Because everybody have different situations. Women can sometimes be going through it. But you can't think. There's some women, guys, you have to understand something, who do this for years. And the men be sitting there struggling, stressing, losing hair. You know what I mean? And just every time he see a beautiful woman, now he like, Father have mercy. Like, I'm going through it. You didn't marry this woman, and you have to stay with this woman who is just like, I just don't want to, because she's going through it. She's stressed. She's going through some of her past, and she making you go for that, brother. That's on you. Right? And I'm not talking about you. Once again, I'm not talking about some unrighteous men who they don't get nothing that the elders be talking about. They deal with a woman, and then they, you know what I mean? Like, they'll go through some, some immature things that the men have caused. They're like, man, I heard that lesson you did, Elder. She didn't want to give me some. It was one time, and then this Negro then left his wife. That's not what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? I'm not talking about that at all. We're talking about there's actually some situations where women will purposely do this because they regret marrying the type of man they married. See, they will purposely defraud. And they just like, because I just can't submit to him. Like they go through this thing. And it's like, listen, you don't control this marriage, right? And if that's where you can listen to your grandma. You could do bad by your damn self. That's where you could actually listen to it. But the only problem about that is women don't divorce men. Men divorce women. You forgot about that. This ain't no thing where you just get with a man and you think you just be free. Let me tell you, nah. You're going to be lonely around here because you want to be stubborn. And I'm not promoting divorce because Christ said we should try to do it right the first time. But you got women who thinking they can get in a relationship, be selfish, do things their way. And let me tell you, that's on that man. When the man start getting serious with it, now she want to start cleaning it up. Because she realized, damn, he do pay all the bills. He do this. Hey, he is going to protect me in this time. Oh, yeah, now you get it, don't you? You were listening to the mother wenches over there tell you the opposite. They telling you from the side. They trying to spit you some witch game from the side. Right? As if that's going to work. And you looking at their relationship and you know it ain't working. You better be careful. You best to be careful. The wife had not power over her own body, but the husband. And likewise, also the husband had not power over his own body, but the wife. So this is likewise with the man. You're right. So men have to be careful who they marry, because sometimes a lot of women don't know, men get this way too, where if you start talking like a man to a man, like as a woman, if you're a woman and you're talking to your husband like a man, getting an attitude, he won't want to deal with you. And a man can hold it down. Trust me what I'm saying. He can hold it down. Some men, they end up making a mistake or whatever, but I'm saying a man can hold it down a lot more than you think, more than women. Especially, you'll think in your mind like a man will be total honorable. And obviously I'm talking about a righteous man. We're not talking about whoremongers. We're talking about men who actually serve God and keep his commandments. See, you got some men who've been with wicked women, and they could have, all women throwing themselves in them, and they still held it down through the honor of one of their self, their children. Even though that woman is wicked, he will hold it down for her and his God. I know. But as soon as it's over, let me tell you, she gonna be everywhere like a pinball machine, and telling you wasn't honorable, you wasn't a godly man. Check that out. And the crazy part about it, the sad part about it, guess what? Out of all those men, hey, she still don't have a good man, and her life is miserable. But you was the bad person. Oh, y'all don't want to hear it tonight. You don't want to hear your purpose and what you was created for, a beautiful woman. I'm trying to keep you beautiful. I'm trying to get you somebody. See? You talking about my babies. Yeah, they're going to still be your babies, but ask that man if he want his babies before you get with another man. Ask him. You like, listen, I'm going to go see him on the weekends or whatever. Not him. You go see your children on the weekends, or the stepfather might say, man, you can bring them over on the weekends. But you want it all. You want all the cake and eat it through all your mistakes. That this man got to pay for all of this stuff. Oh, no. Well, guess what? Stay lonely. Stay lonely. You didn't even consider if this man wanted his children. You didn't even consider it. You rather go through the court system. You didn't even not consider it. I know men who will pay child support without having to go to court. And women will still try to put them on child support. I know it. All right? I'm trying to save y'all sisters out there. It's finna get ready to get real out here now. Some of you got husbands, and you're going to let him go, and you're going to be looking for him later. And somebody going to have your man because you didn't want to humble yourself. Because don't forget, women don't divorce men. Men divorce women. See? And if a man cannot complete the mission of Christ, and he's the ox and you the ass, what are you guys together for? He can't even move forward. And nobody gonna stop me from doing the will of Christ. Nobody. It ain't that good. There's many women on this earth. So you better make sure that that I can't see nobody else. That's your job. They got men walking around here thinking like every woman with some pretty hair or something like that. He can't. Man, please. Please. It's always going to be a woman who's fine with some backside. But the hard one is to find is the one who don't know how to be quiet and humble and rub your back and talk to you sweet and cook you a nice meal. And when you in the bed, you want something to drink, baby? That's the ones you can't find. Now, you find the ones that like, huh. Yeah, see, hey, I'm going to tell you how it is. All right? Verse 5 says, defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time. So if you need to fast and pray to the Most High, do what you need to do to build that relationship strong so the devil don't take your house down. Because there's 2 demons in the Testament of Solomon. Their job every day is to split the marriage. Okay? And come together again that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency. All right? But I speak this by permission, not of commandment. For I would that all men, and he's talking about this part right here. For I would, or I wish that all men were as myself, but every man had, his proper gift of God. one after this manner and another after that. I say therefore to the unmarried as widows, it's good for them if they abide even as I. But if they cannot contain, let them marry. For it is better to marry than burn. Like he said, this is not of commandment. This is his opinion according to his lifestyle. But for me, modern day, I'm not going to tell, I'm personally, unless a person truly, genuinely just wants to do that, the children of Israel do not know family. And that's why I can respect Paul saying, that it wasn't a commandment of what he's saying. He could have just been like, I need you to do this. And some people, simple as today, is, oh, follow him just because he's a man. No, I'm going to follow Christ and who woke Paul up. But I understand as a man of my time that the children of Israel now don't know family. I am not going to tell them don't make family because they don't know family. That's the last thing we need to do when the devil have been splitting us apart. Unless it's going to make you worse. See? We don't even know what it was like to have husband and wife consistently as a family. We don't know that. So we need to make that. Everybody don't need to get up in the kingdom of heaven single when we don't know family as a nation. We don't know love each other no more. We killing each other, robbing each other, stealing each other, downing each other. Right? So, verse 9, but if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn. Well, a lot of people take this the wrong way. They would just go and fornicate so they don't burn. And then they're not with this person anymore. Then they want to get married again. Not in this church. That's not honorable. You're doing the same stuff and becoming worse off the same way you were in the world. Right? So, and until the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord. Let not the wife depart from her husband. Stay with your man. And if she depart, let her remain unmarried. This is law. Same way from the past. The woman don't divorce the man. See? He ain't beating on you. He ain't committing adultery or fornication. The woman don't divorce the man. Be wise who you join. See? You choose that wrong one and then now you want to get... Nah. You marry somebody else, you will cause somebody to commit adultery and fornication. Because you just left him because now you think he ain't a good man. That's who you decide to get with outside of counsel. That's on you. And if she depart, let her remain unmarried. That's how pure the Most High wants to keep the woman that he made. Because she was made for that one man she was supposed to get with unless he died. Or unless he committed adultery, fornication, or he's just abusing this woman. See? Let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her own husband that she had. See? Because women will find through their emotions every excuse in the world because they don't understand their purpose. You were made for the man. What's all of these wants you have? Don't you know if you do what he wants, he gonna give you what you want? Let's start there. Do what he wants. Make him happy because that's why you were born and that's why you were made. And he might give you what you want. Huh? Just saying. You know, I mean, you got to be a weird dude to not want your wife to be happy. So that's why I'm saying when they say these things, he got to make me happy and treat. You got to be a weird dude to not want to treat your wife like a queen. I mean, and I'm talking about if your wife is doing exactly what her purpose says. Virtuous woman, Proverbs 31. She's going out her way for her husband. You got to be a weird dude to not want to do that. See? You got some selfish dudes out here, but I mean, I don't know them. I can't speak for these guys. And that's not marriage. Men love their wives as Christ loved the church. That's the person who's bearing his seed. He loves his woman, but she still has to do what he says and honor him. It's not going to always be peaches and cream. If you tell her to do something she don't want to hear, he's like, listen, I just need you to trust what I'm saying. I need you to run with it. understand that the Most High is working through me, and you'll understand down the line if you don't understand now. Don't go gossiping to other women. Girl, he trying to do this, telling your mama, because I don't give a damn what none of them talking about. So if you want to continue to live the life with me, this is how it's got to go. If not, skedaddle. You know some other women gonna want to take your place. They just quiet right now, and they honoring it because they got to. But don't get it twisted. Forget your ways and your worth and your honor to your husband. And guess what? They didn't switch this thing around the other way. Ooh, look at this. Look at Beyonce. Ooh, look at Rihanna. All the yellow. That's chasing women. Huh? Are you kidding me? They got you chasing women like Glorilla. I don't understand how y'all listen to that little girl. She sound like a straight dude. I mean, what have the world have come to? Our nation have liked to listen to the same people who can't keep a man. Glorilla. Are you kidding me? We listening to young ladies rapping like men. It's always been that way. All these women who have the rap, most of them sound like men. Can you rap in a sweet voice, sweetheart? Why you gotta sound like a man? You're not finna hurt nothing around here. Just because your daddy taught you to fight, let me tell you, when it really go down, I'm glad you know how to fight so you can help me just in case somebody knock me down. But it really ain't going down like that. I don't know what they told you. I'm just saying, like, you're not scaring nothing around here. So you got women who like, man, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. You already messed your relationship up by actually saying that. So that means you love to fight dudes. I ain't trying to marry no woman who thinks she finna come out here fighting dudes. That shouldn't even be in her mind. She should feel like, nah, I need my husband to protect me. Now the husband gonna teach her how to, use a sword and stuff like that, but you ain't gonna never know she can do anything. She's a silent killer. See? But if she just run out, ain't nobody gonna touch mom. Listen, honey, calm down. I got it. Please go sit in the car. See? I ain't on fire. That's the Holy Spirit. All right? Let's let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband, and let not the husband put away his wife. But to the rest I speak not. But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother have a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. And the woman which had an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. So some of you is saying, if you have unbelieving couples who are not in the truth, be patient, because a lot of times these people can be converted. Okay? The Most High had mercy and grace upon you and patience. Sometimes you need to do the same thing. All right? Because who wants to have your children be with another man and vice versa? Who wants to have to go through that? You rather try to keep it the way it was intended to be in the beginning, okay? So have patience. And the unbelieving wife, because some people are just getting the truth, like, he don't believe and I just leave him. So you're not really using wisdom. You ain't even try. Okay, but if the unbelieving depart, let them depart. A brother or sister is not under bondage in such cases. So this happens as well, where a person like, I can't follow this truth, what you're doing, and they end up moving around, sleeping around. Now you're free. Okay? So I wanted to bring that out there as a reminder of people who probably forget about, you understand some of those things. So did I bring this out here? Let me bring this out for you real quick. Fair use for educational purpose. And you know I really don't follow this woman, but she said something good here. All right. Fair use, educational purposes only.
who've been married for 54 years, they said make sure you're always, they said make sure you're communicating, make sure you talk about finances, and make sure y'all make time to connect every week. I said connect. She said, you know what I mean, connect. I said, yes, ma'am. And so I respected that. And she said connect because we're attached to so many different things. Our phones, you know, our jobs, our stress, our children. There we get caught up in so many different things that this is the person that, you know, that you really like. This, after everything is done, this is your person. You know what I mean? And I was so taken back by that because she was absolutely right. At the end of the day, it's me and him.
Right? So, same thing we were bringing out in the scriptures. You know, you guys have to do benevolence to one another. And sometimes if you get the advice according to what the Bible is saying, you can use that. Don't use this thing about, grandma used to hide money in the wall. Then you got the young lady hide money in the wall. The man come home. Listen, I done heard it all. Coming home with money, and the husband. Sometimes you got a wife is like, hey, she helping you manage the funds. Maybe you don't know how to manage the funds, or maybe that's just you guys worked it out that way. You start to realize, hold up, this funds missing. Why am I ending up with this? Because that person was saving money for an escape route, even if nothing going wrong. So let me tell you, sometimes grandma done be getting it twisted. You see what I'm saying? So you can't follow everything that grandma done saying. Now let me go ahead and I wanted to show this really quick. I gotta show this. I need to show you how nature gets it. How daddy can be disciplining children. Mama want to get in the way. Listen, this is not the time for you to, if a man is just honorably doing what the scripture says, yes, women are going to be comforters. But sometimes the man's like, listen, not right now. I feel like I need to do this because the way women raise our children, a lot of times you'll see the children have more respect for the father because the woman is just really too soft sometimes. Not that the man needs to be extra hard. That's not what I'm saying. You have to spend time with your children. You have to love your children. Read with your children. Pray with your children. You can't just show them only discipline only. But what I'm saying, I'm generalizing that men sometimes will do this and women will make it worse. Don't do that to my baby. You know, it's like, hold up, I'm not. Because you have some people who grew up and say, I'm not going to whoop my kids because they used to get whooped either wrong or in the wrong way. But I can understand that. But sometimes that would actually hinder the growth of a child according to what the scriptures is saying. So, you know, once again, we're not talking about abusers. But some women will turn a normal behind whipping into a man is abusive, telling the courts this and that. And let me tell you, when it come down to them, when you see how they getting down, when they get frustrated, they get tired. Oh, I thought I heard you was good Lord. You're doing way more than I am. Hey, the basic whipping. So I've heard it all. I've heard it all. But the children have to respect the father as the head in the house. Not like lockdown 2025. The mother will comfort. That's normal. You can't tell the mother not to comfort, but the mother need to know her place. When daddy whipping, if you need the whip, stay out the way. Okay? Stay out the way. You have to start learning these things. All right? Let me show you how nature knows this. Fair use for educational purposes only. What better nature to show than the lions? The pride of lions. I always like to go here to show people, like, the Most High definitely calls us lions for a reason. The tigers stay in solitude, but the lions is kind of called the kings, not because they're the biggest. The elephant will really be the king if you wanted to just say it because of size. It's not just because of size. See? The lion does something that's just different than the rest of the jungle. It represents like the children of Israel to a certain degree. I'm going to fast forward to some of it. want to show you mainly how they interact with the father. How the mother is, she's the comforter spirit on here. And you know, that's how the Most High made all creation. And the father, I'm going to show you how he acts with the cubs.
For 6 weeks, this female cub has been hidden away by her mother in the long grass.
Look how the mother's doing, comforting them. Taking care of them babies.
Adult females provide the food and the first line of defense. With at least 4 in her pride, this cub should be well looked after.
It take a village to raise them. Say, listen, you know, they're going to be well looked after.
All the lionesses have their own cubs, who will be both playmates and...
Look, there's the homegirls in the neighborhood watching the kids. See, look. See that? But let me show you how Daddy get down. He got to draw the line.
Under the female's watchful eyes, she can practice her stalking, pouncing. The most important of all. The most important. There is one more family member to meet. And perhaps the most important of all.
What did he say? He said the most important of all. Right? And see, this is what people forget. Big Mama, man. Everybody talks about Big Mama. What about Big Papa? Huh? What you know? What about the patriarch that they have taken away, the hidden ones? See? We love Big Mama, but what about Big Papa too? Huh? Look, you see how he looking? I can hear sisters in the hood already. Oh, he too mean. Oh, he said like this and he said like that. Oh no, I got the. And you want to go to the white man, who you know why he's talking to you like that? Because he wouldn't really just be able to get you on the regular like that. See? So oh, you're my queen. I love it when you wear your hair in that. He trying to tell you everything, the stigma out there that you thinking that black men don't like, as if we don't tell you that too. We tell you we don't like you with all this extra stuff, and now you got an issue with that. A white man come out, he got him a little money because this is his empire. Obviously, he's gonna have the money. This is his empire. And so everything in his mind, he say is perfect. Huh? But you got to teach him how to dance. You got to teach him everything of how to be like Jake. You know, unless he grew up around the hood or something like that. So they see this, oh, you being too mean to the kids. Let me show you how nature already gets this. What the Most High says. Don't, you know what I mean? To put that rod on them. You notice how the female lions, the cubs can crawl all on her. Daddy gonna let you do it a little bit about that right. He's like, all right, boy, get up out of here. Go on, get back to doing your work. That's what this lion doing. See, look at how this cub is respecting this lion. So when the Bible says don't be a lion in the house, it's not talking about just not being masculine the way the Most High said. He's like, just don't be, you know, overruling like some type of dictator where everybody just, you're going to get that anyway. But you don't have to go in. Like everybody better be quiet. Everybody got to get on the balcony and I'm whooping everybody to the belt tonight, even mama. You don't want to be like that. That's not what it's talking about, right?
Marauding rival male lions are a constant threat. If they overthrew him, they would kill all his cubs and father their own. The security of the whole pride. And this cub's future rests on him remaining
they
strong.
don't talk about the good parts of daddy. Look at that. They don't talk about the good parts of daddy. He gonna be a little mean sometime, but every now and then he gonna get him a little, you know, a little fun time. You see that? Fair use for educational purposes only. I got one more video and then we're gonna open up the lines. If we have some people still there. I know it's getting late. But if I have to do a part 2, I will. I wish I could have came on earlier. I do. But it was giving me some trouble. I had a whole new... Let me see here. Fair use for educational purposes only.
In the last hours of dark, this young male lion took down a buffalo calf. An impressive feat for a 2-year-old.
These lions
And
have to get
unusual
introduced to their father. Check it out. Once again, how they are with the mother and how they are with the father. Watch.
too. Lions generally hunt as a well-organized rich milk for sustenance. Feeding 4 hungry cubs is taxing on her energy reserves. But if she wants to eat, she's going to have to leave them to hunt for herself. Because, unlike most lionesses who can rely on their pride to bring them food while they're nursing, she's a single mother and has no such help.
You hear that? It ain't easy even in the lion world when you a single mother. So who's she gonna have to depend on in this video? You're gonna see daddy. Even in nature it tells you that. The other lioness we show, yeah, she had a little homegirl, she had the little nannies there, you know, and they always raising them together. But sometimes it ain't that way. So even nature realized I can't do it alone. She got to go meet daddy from miles away, because if not, she ain't gonna be able to defend and take care of them babies. That's the reality of what's going on with the modern day women. She has to face reality, because after they done telling her pretty, they gonna tell her she pretty ugly soon. Because they bringing in immigrants. Let me tell you, they doing it all. I'm just trying to help you. Humility is what the Most High gives grace to.
Her pride split up recently. The young adult male lions from her last litter were forced by their father to move off and find territories of their own.
Huh? What did he say? The young man shall leave his mother and his father to be with his own wife. Even in nature, they understand the scriptures. Are you telling me that? Huh? Yeah, they can't be there to take care of mama. They got to go and start their own stuff, and that's what they can come give mama a gift, help her every now and then.
The big male then departed to patrol his range, which is roughly
Daddy going to work. Daddy going to work. This is in nature according to the scriptures, people. What you talking about?
square miles of prime hunting ground. It will take him several days or longer to make the round trip. Without him around, his adult daughter has struck out on her own, leaving the lioness to fend for herself and her vulnerable cubs.
So now you got the little bad daughter. She done dipped off, and she wasn't trying to help mama. You see? Leaving her vulnerable.
She's still producing milk for now and keeps her cubs within the safety of dense bush thickets. But she'll have to eat soon, and to do that...
What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you them kids gonna leave you one day and got to go get married themselves? See the daughter that left? The sons that left? Oh yeah, you didn't think the animals in nature understands the scriptures in the order of the Most High. Didn't I tell you? Oh, I got to do for my babies. You got to do for your babies. I'm gonna tell you, after you done doing for them babies, understand they gonna go make their own babies. And you done lost out on your husband now. See? So you got to be careful the steps you make, because you're gonna start to think that you just deserve something, you and your babies. No, that's the decisions you made. You got your babies. You have to look at that like a blessing of appreciation now. Because they got some women who's virgins, hopefully, and single out there. with no baggage. So you got to think about all of these things. Come on now.
Leave her babies alone. The lioness is on the move.
Where's she going? I can't take this no more. I need a husband. I need to go back to my husband. Where he at? He at work, girl.
She has decided to relocate to avoid drawing attention to her cubs by remaining in the same place for heard for up to.
Guess who's driving?
1 second. They finna go meet their daddy for the first time. Uh-huh. She didn't realize, no, I got to go back to my man.
Mum leads the way, joined by her adult daughter, who has also returned for the reunion.
Now they realize they need a man. The daughter done came back. Yeah, we can't do this alone, mama. We need daddy. Huh?
For the cubs, it feels like any other afternoon, to be filled with raucous rough and tumble. Their father, who left when they were still.
Let nature tell it all.
They don't know it yet, but this is a significant moment in their young lives, as they have never met their father, who left when they were still in the den.
So mama raised them up to a certain part, but now daddy got to come in and do the rest. Daddy had to go off and work offshore and do what he need to do. And now mama didn't do what she need to do. And now she understand, now I got to have my man back because he the protector and he gonna help us make it through.
The cubs wait cautiously at a distance. For mother and daughter, the meeting is an affectionate moment and a long-awaited revival of their pride.
Now you got the Lion of Judah, huh? And you got the Lions of Judah coming back together, black male and black female. Look at the reunion of that. Huh? This is how the Most High is looking at this. We got to humble ourselves. So this, I'm giving you an example of nature humbling itself, going back to realize, like, listen, we can't do it without him.
The cubs are intrigued by their father.
Everybody want to take the kids from the black man. Huh? But let me tell you, sometimes they really love daddy when they get on their behind. I don't know, it's something about daddy when they get on their behind. They love papa. He get on their behind, but for some reason, they just love daddy. And mama knew it, but she just try to hold it. You like, no. And she try to just give them all the bad names in the book. But she know they love that daddy. And she take away from them by going and give them another daddy. Through her pride, through her emotions. Not that that's her intentions. But it's time for us to learn.
They've not yet.
Look how all the daddies are. You can't change a man. That's who he is. Look how all the daddy lions are. They have to be stern. They're going to show tough love sometime. And let me tell you, they're going to show good love too. They well balanced all around. Once again, let me tell you.
Learned how to act around the big male. and his rebuke is as gentle as he can manage.
His rebuke is as gentle as he can manage. Don't get in the way of like, that's too hard. That's a man. He gonna teach you how to be a man. Some of you be like, I can't send him back to his daddy because his daddy was mean. The world is mean. The world is mean. So which one you want? You want to be happy, or you want to be, or you trying to be happy and worrying about your baby and had a perfect life? When let me tell you, oh no, pick one. You can raise him, and he gonna have a little woman up in him. He'll make it out there, but understand his emotions. He gonna be getting in the fights, wanting to shoot. This is the same thing that go on. But guess what? His daddy mean. The world is mean. He gonna come out ready for the world even stronger than. Just like Joseph. Joseph got hit in the mouth by Arabs, but Joseph turned out to a prince. He came out all right. See? We all grew up in the hood. We came out all right. Huh? But you got this thing in your mind about everything of your relationship with daddy. You don't think he love his babies. Now, they got some Negroes out there. That's not the ones we talking about. They're just crazy. That's not the one we talking about. You didn't even give a man a chance. Yeah, he might grow up like you know, what's the brother name on Boys in the Hood? Cuba Gooding Jr. Cleaning that dirty tub. But that's gonna teach him how to be a man. He made my son clean that dirty tub that he took a bath in. You sure right. Her daddy won't buy them groceries. He better work. You talking about you want a good life and that. Which one you gonna choose? That man gonna teach that boy how to be a man, learn how to go get him a job, start him a bit, whatever the case may be. But he gonna make him ready for the world. But you want to be like, nah, I need to give him to another man, take care of him, and that ain't that man's job. Let's see if the other dude gonna do his job first. You think you supposed to mess up, keep messing up, mess up again, and then have all your cake and eat it. What world do you live in, woman? Hey, y'all don't want to hear the truth. Look, daddy got to come discipline now. Like, get it all out of here, you little rascals. They go back to mama, the comforter. This is nature, guys, and they understand what we're talking about tonight from the scriptures. So I don't know what you're going to say.
First time since the cubs were born almost 2 months ago, the pride is together again.
Daddy, like, y'all cut that out now. Daddy, like, y'all cut that out now. Y'all quiet down a little bit. See? So listen, you know, I'm gonna have to do, and listen, I need y'all to do this for me. It's late. I'm gonna have to do a part 2. It's late. I'm gonna have to do a part 2. And next week, we're just going to review and we're gonna get the call-ins because I don't want just 2 people, 3 people calling in. I really need to get the call-ins, and most I will be on at 5 because this was such a great show. But I really want to get a lot of the feedback, and I'm coming in with just the specific questions about what we talked about tonight, okay? So, because I know you know, it's a lot of people who probably have a lot of questions, you know, or to tell, you know, some things that they, you know, probably learned, or, you know, that they went through, or whatever the case may be. Like maybe they learn, like, hey, you know what, I used to be this way, but this is the way I am now, and you know, they would be an example to young sisters. You know what I mean? So yeah, so we need to put it off till next week, and yeah, because I got some questions for the brothers as well. I got some questions for the brothers as well, like and the sisters. Who told you you can change them yourself? I would want to hear. Did anyone ever tell you that? I want to hear some of these things that, some of the women used to tell you guys back in the days. Okay. After yourself, those friends and family have given advice. Where has that left you? So these are some of the questions I'm going to ask next week. Okay. Were you upset when things didn't work out the way you thought that you were told? Okay. All right. Do you have a going too far button that you feel a woman can press? This is a question for the brothers. I want to hear, do men feel like they have that button? I think we all do personally, even with each other. Right? These are going to be some of the actual questions you understand. And women, hey, I used to have an attitude and think I can tell a man that, but show me what changed that. How did that change that? Was it the scriptures? What was it? Did you learn that, hey, he wasn't actually a bad guy and I ended up losing him and I don't want to lose another man? These are some of the questions that I'm going to ask, okay? So I'm gonna leave it here for the night. And I thank you guys for being patient with us tonight. We are using a different camera, and I'm probably gonna plug my mic in. I know I do have a few mics over there, but yeah. So we're gonna get it together, and I will see you guys soon. Make sure you go to historytimes.org. Okay, and if you want to know how I got through this lesson tonight, because I got through this Neuro Plus tonight. My wife asked me that I need some anxiety formula. I said, no, I don't need no anxiety formula. It's gonna relax me too much. All right, and I'm drinking some of this new stuff that we finna drop very soon, so you might want to bear with us. This right here, boy. I'm gonna tell you right now. And this ain't BCAAs. No, this is something totally powerful that I have to do a whole powerful lesson. And I may have to do the lesson on Rumble, on the church's Rumble, because it's so powerful. So, yeah. I'm about to take me some of these Sleep Well gummies. You know what I mean? So make sure you go to KIIYsupplements.com so you can get your mind right. I feel like a kid in a candy store sometime, but it's all good. I got these omega 3, 6, and 9s if your joint hurt. Right? So, my cows had got out. I had just got through talking to Elder Rawchaa, fixing the goat electric fence. As soon as I got done with that, I said, look at this devil boy. My two bulls, my Dexter, and my what's the other one I have? The Angus, my black Angus. They went to the neighbors. Lord have mercy. Me, Deacon Alarm Officer Yatab, had to wrangle them bulls back over here. Lord have mercy. While we trying to wrangle them bulls, will I be restocking the MSM? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I'm gonna let you know when it come on Rumble. I may not have to do it on Rumble. I'll let you know. Elder had announced I might just have to ask Mark, can I get on there or whatever. We'll see. So I got the bulls back through, but on the way, the other neighbor's bulls was trying to ram us and charge us the whole time while we trying to pull our bulls back across the barbed wire fence. Lord have mercy. So I could even work out the next day. It was a workout in itself. So yeah, Elder been going through it, man. But it's all fun and laugh. So we end up extending our electric fence more by the actual neighbor's gate because they want to mate. Our bulls want to mate with their females and their bulls want to mate with our females. I'm like, brother, you got your own females over here. You acting like a Negro now. But anyway, once again, make sure you go to KIIYsupplements.com. Make sure you're consistent if you want to see results. A lot of you're not so consistent. That's that female enhancement. And that ultra test. Oh yeah, that's that L. We got that L-arginine. When you wake up sluggish in the morning, let me tell you, gonna pump your blood real nice. And I can't wait to take that before my workout. So make sure you go to KIIYsupplements.com so you can get your mind right. We have a lot of new stuff coming. Because I like to continue to bring new things for our people. But this in particular here, I cannot give it away. But boy, I'm gonna tell you. Oh boy, I got some pretty good stuff coming. Boy, I'm gonna tell you. And we just continue to grow. We got thousands upon thousands of customers just growing. Sometime when I look up and I'm like, oh, how many customers we have? Praise the Most High. It's thousands. So I appreciate sometime you guys bearing with us, because sometime, you know, the warehouse will send you this gummy, that gummy wrong, and it, you know, and we'll fix it up and send it back. So I appreciate all that as we grow, all the support, and those of you who are getting better. And I see a lot of brothers out there working out. Man, sisters out there working out. Israelites trying to fight obesity. I want to look up and see brothers not with that pudgy stomach and see them with some tightness working. Make sure you guys are cleaning out the worms every few months. You know what I mean? And it's important. Every few months you should do it to you and your animals. It's very important, all right? Because a lot of those, you know, things are caused from that. That's all I'm going to say. It's very, 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 very important, because you can take your food and your nutrition, but those worms those parasites will eat that from you. Okay, and if you don't do it long enough down the line, they're gonna call it something else. That's all I'm gonna say. So make sure you keep that gut health clean. All right, and make sure you go to KWIYsupplements.com. Bless you all. Thank you for tuning in tonight. And once again, if you want to donate, go to gatheringofchrist.org/donate. $GOCC report if you want to donate to one of the elders and some of the lessons and the information that they put out there. All right. And we love you all, man. I thank you, my sisters. I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all ready, because y'all getting ready to receive your kingdom. But we want you to receive it with all the right priorities and all of the, you know, everything in order right. This is going to save you. Trust me. If you can humble yourself, listen to what we're saying. It's going to hurt a little bit, but in the end, you're going to drop some of them wants and be like, man, I'm actually happy here. I thought their happiness was my happiness, but they deceived me. So get ready next week to call into the show. I'm not going to bite you if you call in. It's okay. I am real, but I'm not going to bite you if you call in. We you know, listen, the world needs to hear this. Shalom. Peace and blessings.
The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew Bible